taking my time, taking all of your time, taking all of your time. I've been taking my time, I've been taking my time, taking all of your time, taking all of your time. We've talking about it for a while. Before we take a chance and do it, before we looking back as foolish. We've talking about it for a while. Before we take a chance and do it, before we looking back as foolish. You got me floating, and I can take it. You got me floating, and I can't take it. You got me floating, and I can take it. You got me floating, and I can't take it. I've been taking my time, I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time. I've been taking my time, I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your
Okay, I was muted. I was muted. Okay, can y'all hear me now? Thank you, Karma Girl, because you know I'd usually be talking by now. Thank you. Can y'all hear me? Double check. Okay, yes. Thank you, Shan. Yeah, you already knew I was talking. Okay, what I was saying was I know that there's some days that LaDawn works, and so we're being flexible with time and also with mental health, make sure she's still in a good place and everything. Oh, I see her. Hey, I couldn't get in the other way. Okay, LaDawn, I got you. I'm gonna drop the link for you. Hold on. Cause I was just saying, hold on, let me get it for you. I was just uh making sure you were okay. I was saying, I know I saw you at lunchtime live. Okay, that's for LaDon and LaDon only for now. But if she's comfortable afterwards, if y'all want to come up and give words of encouragement, as long as LaDon's comfortable with it, we can do that for sure. Um, Let me make sure she gets up here and she's good to go. And I'll say hi and I'll look at make sure I check my alerts as I say hi. But hey, Karma Girl. Hey, Sean. Hey, 41 Fit. Thank you for being here. Hey, Cynthia. Yes. Is that a sunset? Oh, I see LaDon. Okay. Um, because this is her night, I'm gonna cut my greeting short to make sure she's good and she's coming up here. LaDon, I'm gonna add you. Make sure it's you because you know how people do that StreamYard spam stuff. Hold on one second. Hey, I see you. Okay, okay. Thank you. All right. It is my LaDawn. Okay. Now, LaDawn, just to let you know, I don't want you to be surprised by it. I'll be when I get it ready, I'm trying to get some footage of just some peaceful running water to kind of calm you as you see it, and people that are going through the listening to your story and everything, just trying to give a relaxing vibe. But I'm gonna bring you up. Uh, Most of us already know LaDawn. I met LaDawn through, I believe, Chit Chats Live. At least, not if not formally met, that's where I got to hear her voice first and hear pieces of her story and her opinions on things. Okay, LaDawn, but I'm gonna give you the floor and we go at your pace. So you just let me know. Hold on one second. Okay, all right, LaDawn, are you good?
Yep. Hey.
Hey, okay, let me take this off. I'm gonna take your banner off. Um, let's see. Thank you for still deciding to do this because, like you said, your story is gonna help a lot of people, even if it's just cathartic and or educational. So thank you.
No problem. No problem.
And you you can, if you just want to, whatever you want to do, you want to open up first. If you want to go ahead and dive right in, this is your world.
Um, yeah, I'll just, we can just dive in, doesn't matter.
Okay, well, we got some purple hearts dropping for you.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna mute myself unless you need me to come in and say anything. I'll be muted. You will not be interrupted, okay?
All right.
All right. I'm still here though. I'm here.
All right. Thank you. Where's
You're welcome.
Shan? Oh, I see her.
Chance in there.
Okay, I see her. All right. Hey, everybody. So I know a lot of you know a little bit about me, but I'm going to start from the beginning. I am the only child, and I was born to drug addicted parents. Both of my mothers were heroin users. They were IV. My mother, I was raised by my grandmother, but my grandmother had 17 kids. So most of them still lived in the house. We shared rooms with our moms. I had a cousin that was closer to me because she was also the only child, and her mom was also on drugs. So we were raised like sisters. But I learned that people made me feel different at an early age because my cousin was light skinned, I was dark skinned. We both had long hair. We both was pretty, but I didn't think that back then because when they would see us, even if we was dressed alike, oh, Melly, you look cute. Your hair looks cute. Hi, LaDawn. So right there planted the seed of me not feeling good enough or pretty. So for years, I just learned to stuff things down and to just accept what was. And my family back then, they weren't the type that, was worried about DCF or don't do things in front of the kids. My mom would tell me where to pick up stuff to bring and sneak into the jail for her. I learned about hustling and selling, drugs and stuff like that at a young age, because that's what my family was into and you needed to be doing something, and they dragged us into it. Or not just drag us in, they made us feel like that was the thing to do, So I got into heroin at a young age because when I watched my family and people around me, it was more glamorized back then. And even though I seen certain things that heroin did to people, I didn't see people really messed up back then. So I was fooled. And plus, my mother to me was the coolest thing because She, even though she did drugs and hustled, she did have a name for being a hustler. And I thought that's what my life was supposed to be too. No one told me that, or poured into me about what I can be or anything like that. So when I got into the streets, I actually would actually take things from different people, and sometimes it wasn't always the good things, and I would allow myself to get in situations because I had false love. I would dress up the outside, but didn't love myself on the inside. And I allowed myself to be with men, no, not too many that was physically abusive, but I was in a couple of verbal abusive relationships, and it kept me feeling inadequate. I'm gonna go back a little bit with my education. When my mother was in jail, my grandmother parented out of guilt. She would not give us discipline. She didn't give us rules. She was like, leave them kids alone, and poor kids, their mama ain't here, leave them alone. So we didn't learn authority figure, rules, stuff like that, because my grandmother parented out of guilt. So when the teachers or anybody tried to tell me what to do, I wouldn't listen. When the kids in school would tease me and say my mother was in jail or on drugs, I would hit and fight. And so that stopped me from going to school. I stopped going to school in the 6th grade. And when the truant officers would come to the house, I'd run out the back door. And I stayed on the run for many a years because I've always had warrants, always, doing stuff like that. I started getting into gangs because I needed people. I needed people around me. I needed places to stay. So I would hang with people that were like me, and half of their mothers didn't care if we were runaways and underage and stayed, you know. My earlier years were spent locked up most of the time. I probably spent one summer out within the first 5 years of my first time being locked up. I was 12 in school fighting. After that, it went on. So from 12 to maybe 16, I never really had a summer out of jail, out of lockup, because I was always doing something. I was always violent, always fighting. I used weapons. I don't want to get too deep in the weapons part, but I did use weapons, and I did have to serve time for some of those things because of how drastic it was. I was so angry inside that I wanted other people to feel my pain. So it didn't take much for me to pop off. And I suffered every consequence. I got pregnant at 18, 17, had my first son at 18. And in my mind, as I was growing, I was learning that those things wasn't serving me. I wasn't consistent, but I didn't know how to not live that kind of life because I didn't have an education. My mom was still on drugs and couldn't guide me. And my aunts, my grandmother, out of 17 kids, only 3 didn't do drugs. So it wasn't too many people that would, put their arms around me. And on my father's side, they would try. But because it was foreign to me that they were college educated, they were, all had their houses, cars, it was foreign to me. So when I would go over there, I felt out of place. So I didn't really listen to them because I felt like they didn't understand. So I rebelled a lot. And after my first son, his father pistol whipped me, tied me up. He would fight me just because he had a bad day. And I remember saying, once I get out of here, I am never churning back. Now, all this time, I'm doing drugs, but everybody don't know, because I first started sniffing dope at 13 years old. That was the first time I sniffed a bag of dope, and it was within my family. I didn't have to go to the streets to get it, so it was easy for me to get and have. I never knew about a habit. Even my step grandfather that sniffed with me, everybody that sniffed with me, never explained to me, if you do this for 3 days, you're going to be physically addicted. So once I found out I was pregnant, I stopped doing that. And once I dropped that load, I started again. And when I started getting high again, I remember my baby's father waking me up saying, "Did you pee in the bed?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, why is it all wet?" I sweated so bad. Everything started hurting me. I felt like I had the flu 20 times worse. And I didn't know what was going on. I called my grandfather. I was like, "What's going on? I don't feel good. I'm going to have to go to the hospital." No, I went to the hospital first. My baby's daddy called the ambulance. I went to the hospital. They ran every test possible, and they said, "Nothing's wrong. Maybe you just have the flu." So then I called my grandfather, asking him, "Where you at? I just got out the hospital. I don't feel good. I guess I got the flu." And he laughed. He said, "Hey, girl, you got a little chipper. That's okay. Come on over. I got you." And I went there. He gave me a bag of dope, and I sniffed it, and I felt better. And I was like, wow. That was the first time I realized what a habit was. Before then, it was just dipping and dabbing every now and then. So from 18 on, I was addicted fully. And when I left my baby's father, I asked my aunt to keep my son for me, because I had to call the police on him, and they called DCF on me. And I didn't want DCF to take my kids. So I took my son and I went to North Carolina. I brought my son there, and I wrote a letter saying, "I give you temporary custody to sign papers or whatever, but I need you to take him right now because I don't want DCF to take him." So that's what happened. But when my son got there, in my head, I felt like I'm going back. And I said, "I just got to go to Boston and get the rest of our stuff, and I'll be back." But once I hit Boston, I just kept running. The drugs were more powerful. So I left my son down there. I will call every few months. And I have to be honest about being who I was back then, because for years I used to pull the wool over my own eyes. For years I used to make excuses. Now I have to be honest. Yes, I was an unfit mother back then. Yes, I was a no good friend. Yes, I was those things. So I'm going to be honest about where I was when I'm telling the story, So I'm not scared to be judged. It is what it is. I went running. I was not a mother, and I ended up getting pregnant again. And I was actively getting high. So I did not know I was pregnant because my period was already like missing and messed up. So around 4 months when I found out I was pregnant, I had to go on the methadone program. So when I got on the methadone program, I straightened up so that, I didn't have any drugs in my baby's system and DCF couldn't get involved. And while I was pregnant, I started taking GED classes. I moved from Boston to Connecticut, and I started getting my life together. And once I had the baby, I felt like, okay, I'm doing good. I was good for a couple of years. I was working. I was taking classes. I had eventually got my own apartment, and I was doing good, And then I don't know what was going on. I still wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling good inside about myself. It was like I was still faking it. I still didn't feel like I was worthy. I felt like I just existed. I didn't feel like I was worthy. So I would hide behind certain things and just go to motion. I just went to motion. And that kept me stuck longer because I wasn't growing inside. So eventually, I ended up doing a crime and I got locked up. And when I got locked up, DCF got involved and they took my second son. That's what the first DCF case I had. And I ended up getting 3 years. So this girl that I thought was my friend, I asked her to take custody of my son until I got out because my grandmother and I was still working and they didn't want to do it. I'm the son's daughter. That's my father's side because my grandmother on my mother's side had already passed away. So my grandmother on my father's side also I felt different over there because I'm I'm her son's child and she didn't like my mom. So her daughter's children, she would treat better. They can have 3 cookies. I can have a half a cookie. Stuff like that by making us feel different, you know? So I resented. I resented a lot and I just felt inadequate inside. So once they took my second baby, I felt like I did not have nothing to live for. And I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit. While I was pregnant with my second son, I got a call saying that my mother had a heart attack and I had to go back to Boston and stay at the hospital. They let me stay there because I was out of state, and my mother ended up dying while I was pregnant with my second son. So when I went back to Connecticut, I just continued to feel empty and I continued to get high. But as I was getting, as I was in and out of programs, I would gain information each time. And I started thinking, this is it. I'm tired of this. But how do I do it? I felt like because I didn't have an education, that I wasn't going to be able to be anybody or survive. And I went to this program. I got pregnant again with my third child because I have 4. And I went into this program when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I went to a mother and child program so that when I gave birth, I can have the baby with me. And when I did that, I met this guy who worked for the methadone clinic. I was outside smoking, and he said he thought I was a staff member. He was like, oh, hey, what's your number? And I gave him my number because he was cute, and we exchanged numbers. Later on, when he called the payphone at the program and somebody else answered and called for me, he was like, where you at? I said, I'm at the program. He said, you're in the program? I said, yes. So I said, is that a problem? And he said, no. So we continued to mess around. And when I got out the program, I moved in with him. And when I moved in with him, I started feeling different about who I was. And he started making me feel like he had my back. He was loyal. He believed in me. And it helped me because I felt like, okay, somebody sees me, somebody sees me. So as time went, I was clean. I stayed clean for a couple of years. But then even though I was clean, I still kind of lived the street life, selling drugs, doing robberies, whatever. So I stopped the drugs, but I ended up doing a crime. And when I did that crime, I I got a lot of time. So I felt like I just met this guy. He's not going to stay. They gave me 10 years. So how is a man that I just met the first 2 years gonna stay with me, you know? And but he did. So I had to do 4.5 years off that 10. And my daughter when I went to jail, my daughter ended up going with her father. So when I came home, I moved to another part of Connecticut to start fresh. And I really made the decision that I can't continue to live like this. It's not serving me. Um, Jail ain't for me, even though I can survive jail. It ain't for me. You understand? Like, if to be there, you got to know. And some people, they do make a revolving door, but I couldn't deal with going to the bathroom in the same room as you sleeping and eating, and while you're eating, your roommate got to take a shit. Excuse my language, take a poop. I just couldn't deal with it, and I was trying. I signed up for every program possible, every therapy group, everything. I started reading books to build myself up, and I said, you know what? Even if I don't have an education, I ain't dumb. I can do this, and I put it in my mind that, I have to be my own strength. But because I had a man that gave me a safety net, he was the stable one that made sure that I was going to eat and everything. He did everything for me. So it made me feel safe enough to be able to rebuild myself without feeling embarrassed or ashamed. But, we had our trouble because after I got out, like maybe 2 years later, I relapsed and he was angry. So he started verbally abusing me. And I would rebel against it. And finally, I said, you know what? Enough is enough. LaDawn, it's either now or never. And I said, do it for yourself. And I did it. I got clean for myself. And I looked at my last son. I said, you know what? This ain't fair. Enough is enough. While I do have people in my life that do love me and believe in me, that's all I need to stand on. Don't care about the world. Don't be in competition with nobody. Just because somebody may have a better car than yours don't mean they're a better person than you. Don't judge people off of materialistic things. Focus more on the inner and the morals and the values. And that's how I align myself. I started going to church. I never was consistent in church. I believed in God, but I never was consistent with praying, with going to church. It was only once a year, Easter. I would only pray when I wanted to get out of trouble. But then I had to sit back and realize, how am I getting through the stuff that I'm getting through if it ain't for people praying for me and for God? So I had to start giving him his props. And when I started praying first and putting God first and going to church and donating my time, because I don't got money, but I can go and, make plates at the food pantry or a soup kitchen, or that's what I used to do, and then I started getting jobs that was in the shelter so I can talk to the women to help them and stuff like that. And I said, well, you know what? I kept saying, well, what is my purpose? I didn't know my purpose. I didn't know nothing I was good at because I didn't have an education. And I felt like, somebody told me everybody has a purpose. I never believed it because I didn't know where to look for a purpose. But the purpose is within you. It's your fire, your passion, and if you, dig into that, then you'll see your purpose out of that. So that's where I realized my biggest purpose is to help people and to build people up, and not to allow society to hold them back or keep them down. And I mean society, meaning the drug programs, the doctors, the methadone clinics, because they help keep you sick longer, and I have to speak on that because you can be on the methadone clinic, and if you get a dirty urine, they up your dose. And to a dope fiend, upping your dose is a gift. It's like, yes, I get higher free. So it really don't help you. You know what I mean? And I felt like that wasn't for me. I didn't want to stand in line every day going to get this little juice. I just didn't want to do it. So I made up my mind. I asked God, please give me the strength and the courage to get off of this stuff. And I asked him to detox me. I detoxed off the methadone. And I went through the last days were crucial, but I did not turn back. I was going to church at least 3 times a week, church service, Bible study, and woman support group. I was staying involved. I was keeping myself around women that were positive, that was real, that that really, my biggest thing is I have a thing against materialistic people that lead with what they have versus leading with how grateful that they have the things that they're able to have because of the blessings, and my kids, I'm gonna get ready to end this, but my kids, my older set, was angry with me for years. The boys, not so much, but my one and only girl tortured me. She would not talk to me. I go to her parties. I call her. She wouldn't answer. I go to her graduation. She would act like I was a stranger. I couldn't sit at the table for the family and the important people. She used to make me feel and know that you was never a mother to me, so you're not going to get the mother privileges. And when I tell you that used to hurt me, and as time went on, she kind of kept that same energy unless she wanted something. She would only call me when she wanted money. And I would, if I had the money, I would give it, but I wasn't going to. I had to let her know that I'm not going to buy your love. I apologize for being a unfit mother, for not raising you, for making the choices I made. I am so sorry, for not being there for you. But I always loved you, always thought about you, and I still love you, and I will do anything for you. But what I can't do is buy your love because I'm a broke bee. I'll never be able to buy your love. I'm sorry. And I had to let her know, my kids make more money than me. And they're younger than me, but I'm proud that they do because they didn't have to live the life that I lived, But my daughter has a certain kind of attitude, like a woman owes, everybody owes her something, and I can't deal with that because I've been off of drugs for almost 20 years. I've not been locked up in almost 15 years. I can't keep getting punished over and over for what I've already tried to make amends for. And I already said sorry. And I don't want to keep saying sorry because I think that my behavior and my change should show you how much I'm sorry by trying to be a better person so that if anything goes wrong with you guys, you got a home to come home to. I'm here for you. I got your back. So our relationship has gotten better. Me and all the boys, they call me 4 times a week. They love me. My boys tell me how proud they are of me. And my little one, he keeps me grounded. He reminds me every time I'm ready to slip and pop somebody in the head. He reminds me of how people ain't worth it and how far I've come. And his face and his presence just reminds me of how I need to continue to stay on this path. Now, I'm not going to say I'm in recovery because I don't consider myself an addict. Now, in AA and NA, they teach people that you're an addict for life. I, as an individual, don't feel like that. Is NA important in AA? Absolutely. To me, that is the thing that helped me in the beginning. NA and AA helped me for the first 2 years so that I had somewhere to go every day to meetings, to hear something, and to keep me busy and focused. So it did help me. But I feel like for me, I am not an addict. There were some times in my life that I did some things and I no longer do them anymore. It's not an option. God has delivered me. There's no such thing as relapses in my life. It's not an option. I can't even be fooled that way. I know, oh, somebody died. Oh my God, I'm going to go get high. That's not going to bring the person back to life, but it's going to get me back on the path of destruction. So that's why I say I'm not an addict for life. People that claim to be addicts for life always have an excuse for relapse. I don't. It was some times in my life that I did some things and I don't know more. And that's why I keep everything I talk about or any situation up front without any shame. I had to pull needles out my mother's arms. I still, even when I was on drugs, I didn't treat people mean. Now, I did attack people, but I didn't like conjure up to be evil to people, and steal from people and do stuff like that. So when I hear people say, oh, it's the way someone's raised, or no, it's not all the time the way someone's raised. Sometimes it's just who they are. There are good and bad people in this world. Point blank, period. I believe there are natural born killers. I'm unalivers. And I think that there are just those type of people, and you just got to have good discernment, and you have to be aware and just know who you involve or invite in your circle, because people could suck the life out of you emotionally and mentally for their own gain, and if you're around people that throw things up in your face from your past or something you told them, because they want to make themselves feel a little better than you, then you don't need to be around those people. Stick with the winners. And another thing I'm going to say, sometimes when I'm on these panels, it takes everything out of me not to flip out, because some of the things that I would like to feel like I'm in a room with a bunch of Democrats. I'm just saying. I know that's unrealistic, but when I hear people, come against our Black women the way that they do, because they think they're better than because of materialistic things, it really it messes with my mind, because you may feel like because you got a college degree over there and you got a house and a car, but is your house a home? That's all I gotta say. I'm finished, Trendy, and I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope someone somewhere out there learn from my story, that even if you don't have an education, even if you don't think you're the most beautiful person in the world to other people, know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, that you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Go at your own pace. Everything happens in the time that it needs to happen, and we will all get, if you put it out there and put in the work, we can also have anything our heart desires. And that's why I want to open up not just shelters. I want to open up drug programs and family shelters and individual shelters, because I want my program to be spiritually based. I don't want people to think that they have to take medication for the rest of their life. Sometimes you do. I'm not blind to that. But sometimes that's a crutch. And that's why even with my PTSD, even with my bipolar, even with my my other thing I got going on, in the beginning I had to take medication But now I'm weaned off of medication. I might sometime have to take something for sleep, but overall, I feel my feelings. If I'm happy, I can smile, I can laugh. If I'm sad, I can cry. When I was on those medications, I was numb, but at least it got me to a point where I can now deal with things using other tools. So I'm not against medication, but I just don't want to drill in people's head that that's always the answer long term. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, LaDawn.
You're welcome.
And honestly, LaDawn, I tell you what, I'm just in the passenger seat because y'all surround me. Y'all I kind of found you because I was seeing you on Chit Chat and stuff, but y'all found me. And so I'm just like, let go and let God, because
Mm-hmm.
you have a story I have not heard. I have not met someone that's lived your life before. So I'm sitting up here like getting out of my head about what do I ask her? What do I say? First of all, we have so many women. They're quoting scriptures in there. I tried to highlight them as I saw them. They're giving you such wonderful words of encouragement. And I'm like,
Thank you.
Yes. And just, I think I'm just supposed to sit here and absorb. I do want to tell you, thank you. It's a special kind of vulnerable to speak about things like that, especially once you start talking about things that could have brought you shame and that you end up thinking you have to hide, but now it's like your strength to give somebody else strength. And a lot of times people, and I try to be so careful because you never know someone's past and what they went through. So like the strong words that sometimes people use, you got to remember there's probably a woman or person in the same room that they may have had to do some things and you don't know what led to it. I like this too because it opens up the different experiences, and I'm just thankful because all I can do is process this honestly. Like,
And you know what, Trendy too? We need people to pour more into people than to and I'm not saying, because I got to keep it up front, everybody don't deserve grace. And I'm gonna be honest, everybody don't deserve grace. I ain't gonna sit here and I'm not gonna be faking nothing. I didn't want to go in too many details in detail because we are on a live stream and I can say but so much. But you gotta know when people are the wrong people to be around, and you have to look at what people would do, because somebody said it like last month. I think somebody said something about if you want to know who a person is, look at who their friends are. And that is true, because when we was on a thing about coleslaw, and they said, well, somebody said something about, well, if your friend was such and such, I said, well, no, it wouldn't be my friend, because none of my friends would mess with married men. And I'm going to say that. And if they did, they wouldn't tell me. It would be a secret from me, because they already know my moral compass, my moral makeup. I'm not fooled by a couple of good things and then you do a couple bad things. You can have 5 good things and 2 bad things, but those 2 bad things could be so great.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I judge people based on their morals and their values and how they move and what they would do when it's good times, bad times, raunchy times, them slickery times, because we all still got to do a little something sometime to survive, but it's the way you go about doing it. I knew prostitutes that had more class than people that never even was on their knees. Okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, but they had to do what they had to do. I just thank God I had other hustles, but I still was in that life, pimps and hoes, my father and them were pimps. I was in that life, and my father's still alive, and he just got out. Well, he's been out 2 years now. He did 15 this last bid. So
Mhm.
he's home now, but he's doing good. He's married, and I'm proud of him also, even at his age, you know?
Yes, that's good. Yes. I wanted to ask you, since you did bring up at least coleslaw, so I feel like I think it's appropriate to ask you, how do you think about Kiki handling her recovery and things like that? Because the show can be really triggering, it seems, to her mental health. And I know she seemed like she was on a type of methadone treatment from how she answered Tisha. Do
Yeah,
you
she
remember?
actually, I listened to a couple of her things. She actually was saying that she was on it. I listened to one of her lives and she said she was trying to wean off, actually. She
Okay.
is in the process of weaning off. I think she needs to be um, more gut cutthroat with them. I think
Hmm.
she needs to take her power back and puff her chest out and say, "Yeah, I'm on it. And
Hmm.
guess what? I'm doing good and I'm helping." Da, da, da. I would come harder with them because they still think that's a weakness for her,
Right.
and that can trip her up.
Right. Right. Think, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Own your stuff, eat them up with it. Say, "Yup, I sure am. I go every day and I get urines and they all be clean. Now
Right.
what?"
Right.
That's how I would be coming at them and shut them down. Then they won't have nothing else. They could never say it again.
Right. Right.
Take their
Right. Right.
power.
I think they take her um I almost want to say the word professionalism because I feel like she has to use that even though Tisha is family. They take her
Mm-hmm.
professionalism as a weakness instead of her trying to
Yes.
extend them grace is how it
Yes, because
seems.
she is giving them grace. She is.
Yep,
You're
yep,
right.
yep. Okay, LaDawn, do you mind if anyone does want to come up and
Oh
talk to
yeah,
you?
you know this is the trendy trial. We in
Yeah,
here. Come on up, babes.
trendy trial. Okay, I'm dropping the link. And y'all will just have to show me yourself on camera in the background. I will not hit go until you get off camera. So make sure to turn your camera back off so I can bring you up. But I just have to make sure it's not a troll or anything. Yep,
You
yep.
know why I was late too? Because we got different time zones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Did
was
you
into
you thought it
some.
was 6 your time? Wait, what are you? What's your
I'm Massachusetts, so right now it is 6:46.
that's mine. I'm Eastern.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was listening to that I was listening to that girl shit they got arrested on YouTube for beating up that girl's shell.
Oh
I
God.
just ran across
How?
this YouTuber I forget her name, but what is her name? Oh my god, and she was doing all these lives and she's a lesbian and she was having her girlfriend beat up this mentally challenged girl.
No.
And I kept saying, why are they letting her do this? Like everybody was calling from all over the country, calling the police. They finally kicked the door in on live, and they was asking the girl, "Are you okay?" But she's Stockholm syndrome, saying, "I'm all right. Nothing's wrong," with black eyes. The girl was
Wow.
busting in. Oh, it's terrible. People are mean and evil out here.
Wow.
I don't feel
Okay,
like when people be, "Oh, pray for them.
I
They
see
need
y'all.
prayer."
I see you
I ain't
guys in
praying
the
for
chat.
you.
I can see y'all. You can turn your cameras off if you don't want to be on camera. Girl, LaDawn, I did not hear about that. That is crazy.
What is that girl name?
Oh, well, I don't want to know. No,
Hey,
live, laugh, love.
Shan.
Hey.
No. Okay, y'all go ahead. I'm putting myself on mute. I'm over here. Live, laugh, love, comment. Got
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say I admire your story and thank you for being brave enough to tell it and share it with us.
You're welcome.
And I've been wanting to see Trending, talk to you. I'm just so happy to see Trending on here. Hello, everybody.
hey,
Hi,
Jazzy.
Hey.
Jazzy. Well, y'all, a few days ago, I fell and chipped my front teeth and messed myself up. So pray that the dentist bill don't hit me that high. But I'm listening in the dentist seat. I'm a little scared. Whew, but yeah, praise for y'all. Pray for me, and I pray for y'all. I'm
Yes,
gonna drop
ma'am.
down and still listening and listen in the chat. But I really admire your story, and I really appreciate you standing out. I was reading the comments in the chat, and it was beautiful.
That was for you, LaDawn.
Thank you. My dog was barking, so I had
Oh,
to mute it. She
Yeah,
act like people don't pay rent, like they can't walk upstairs. They can walk.
Well, I came up because I didn't do a lot of commenting in the chat because I was over here. I had to get myself together. because you like literally took me out when you talked about how you apologize to your children, because I never got that. I never got that. And it was when I went through it with my parents, it was at a pivotal moment in my life, and I never got that. And I just I felt it. And I kind of understand what your daughter was going through, because it took me to like literally maybe 10 years ago or so, or more recent, to just be able to deal with my mother and just not use that bias that I had. And that was my teenage years when all this happened. And I just want to say thank you for that, because most of the people that I know that have dealt with that with their parents, they do not get an apology. And it's really a thing that I've talked to with other people about, how their parents just literally say this didn't happen and that didn't happen and this didn't happen and that didn't happen. Like, I know I wasn't the one on drugs, so I remember very vividly some things. So it's like that part right there, and I talk to you all the time, and that part right there just took me out, because you don't use any excuses on like how you were raised, even though we know that is a part of what goes on with people, or especially when you're a young age and you do things, you don't use that as an excuse.
Right.
And you know that it affected you, but you don't
Absolutely.
use it. You don't use it. Like, we've talked about that before. You don't use it. And I really admire that about you, because generally that's the first thing a lot of people go to. And I also admire the fact that you're not always smacking somebody over the head with the Bible, but I know you're spiritual and you do believe and you do pray. You prayed yourself through it. I always got that from you. Like, I have always got that from you from day one. I told you when I first saw you, and we talked about that too. I get that, because of everything that I went through as a younger kid. I pray for a lot of people that I don't just tell them, or they don't know that I'm praying for them. Like, I could hear something and just pray for somebody. But I always like to, well, how I feel about it is I pray for a lot of people, but I just leave the grace up to God. That's for God to give you grace. I'll just put it out there that this is what I'm seeing and what I feel like. And if God sees fit to bless you the way he's blessed me, well, it's out there. That's how I feel about it.
We need that though, Shan. Everybody can't be like me, because if that's the case, people wouldn't have prayed for me. You know what I mean? So, we do need people to pray for other people. Absolutely. That is nothing wrong with that. And if somebody say it is, then they crazy. Because somebody's always praying for each other or somebody. You just get to pick,
Yeah, and I just want to say that I appreciate you telling your whole story, because that was a lot that I didn't know, and I appreciate it. And the point that really was good that I liked was how you came off the methadone, because some people do use that as a crutch and they stay on it for a really, really, really long time. So I thought that was beautiful, and you don't have to. And I feel like it's like, I kind of feel like you on the fact that when you go into NAAA, they say, "Oh, you're always an addict." No, because at this particular moment in time, I'm not doing those things.
Right.
So what am I looking forward to if I'm always gonna be an addict? Like,
and them doctors and lawyers, when they be having them certain kind of parties, they be doing their little toot here and there. Don't call them addicts. It was a point in their time that they did some stuff and they just don't know more, right?
Yeah,
right.
All right.
Exactly. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I was just sitting over here like, whew, that was a lot. And it wasn't even my story.
Yeah, that was LaDawn. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate
welcome.
it.
I took notes. I just like, I don't know if like, you know, once you purge it, I don't know if you like want to revisit. I was taking notes on some things, but you had a lot going on in your short years, LaDawn.
Oh yes.
I admire you.
And
for
it
where
was
your
deeper
mindset
than
is.
that. I didn't even touch on my burns. You
I
know,
didn't want to ask. I had
yeah.
made a note.
Because I mean, think about it. If somebody 17 kids, right?
Yeah.
17 kids, all of them ain't gonna be normal. It's gonna be some mental illness down there, some this, some that. My uncle had a serious problem with violating people. You know, and I was raised to have a big mouth. You scream, yell, kick, bite, you know. So when I woke up and felt the groping, I started kicking and screaming. So he didn't get to, you know, do nothing. But the aftermath, when my mother came in the next morning and I told her what happened, when her brother walked in, they started fighting, and my mother was cooking frying pork chops. But you know, when we make our gravy, we use the grease that we fried the meat in to make our gravy. Well, he took that pot and flung it, and I was in the way because I'm like, don't hit my mother, you know, jumping in. And he threw that, and both my arms from top to bottom got 3rd-degree burns on them.
Wow.
Thank God it didn't get on my face, but for years in the summer, I would not wear short sleeves. I was so embarrassed and ashamed. I would be sweating outside with long sleeves on. And you know, kids are cruel. Ew, what's that on your arm? You know,
kids are.
But now I wear tank tops, everything, whatever.
Good. Yeah, I saw you have locks, right, LaDawn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta retwist. I gotta retwist tonight.
Hey, you got a lot of hair. You got a lot of hair.
Thick, pretty hair.
Yes.
Because I'm going to that hoedown tomorrow, so I gotta I forgot what she called it. I'm calling it a hoedown. Because I know all them little young girls gonna have next to nothing on with them cowboy boots.
Yep. Yeah, that's smothered pork chops, ain't it? That's what that is. My family's from Louisiana, Texas.
So you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I didn't eat pork chops for years because of that. That mentally messed with me.
I don't know if years will be long enough. I definitely understand. That's crazy.
I would eat pork, but not pork chops. Now I'll eat it here and there, but I don't, you know. And he just got out, you know. When he did that to me, he ended up running off to New York to stay at one of my aunt's house to hide out, and he ended up unaliving my other aunt down there. So he went. When I tell you, people are born away. That's why when, you know, some people say, like how Shan said, I don't use certain things as an excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he did that. He unalived her and he went away for like 25, almost 30 years. And he just got out last year, but he has to stay in New York because he got parole. So he can't come to MASH yet. But my other aunt, talk to him. I said, I don't really want to talk to him. I'm not there. Because that's your brother. You forgave him for the things that he's done. You understand?
I don't like that either. I don't
push me. And I said, and she gave him my number. And I said, you know, first of all, everybody know, even if people in Boston don't see me that much because I live in the boonies now. People ask, where's LaDawn? How's LaDawn? Oh, she's good. Yo, you got to nah. Don't you give my number out to them folks.
Right.
Don't you give my number out to them folks.
Right.
When I say I'm too good, and then one girl I used to hang with, she gonna argue me in the street. Oh, you think you better than me now? I said, no, honey. I don't think I'm better than you. I think I'm too good for a lot of things that you do, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like sitting in a crack house. I'm too good to be sitting in a crack house. Yup. I'll take that all day long.
Right. 41 Fit, you there?
Hey, Fit.
Hey. You on mute.
She might be also doing something. Oh, let me see.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. I put it. I was like, she might not want us to be off mute, so I took it back off. Sorry.
She got that morning drive. Hey.
Yeah. We can hear you.
You see?
Okay,
I can hear you, Shan.
I can hear you.
You got such a smooth, silky voice.
I know.
Okay.
It's like jazz.
It is.
You funny, LaDawn.
I
You know
love
what?
the horn.
Then I get on. Then I start twerking in the chat.
Y'all a mess.
You go. Did you want to say anything?
I wanted to say this to you, LaDawn. I admire your strength.
Thank you. Getting them hot flashes. Told y'all I'm going through the change of life.
Courage. I thank you for everything that you provided.
Thank you.
I don't know why there's a delay. I'm wondering why there's a delay. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I hear you. I don't hear echo or anything. I just hear you.
Okay. I don't know. It's like all types of stuff going on. But I just wanted to say to you, LaDawn, that I appreciate everything that you gave on tonight. I'm reminded of where it says in the Bible that we're healed by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And I want to thank you for sharing. I know for sure that this story, that your testimony is going to heal people. Your testimony is going to set people free because you're free. You are free. You're not bound by your past because you aren't past. You are who you are right now. As I remember, I forgot who channel I was on. I'll be on everybody's channel. Well, not everybody's channel. I ain't gonna say that. But that being said, I remember hearing your voice for the first time, and there is such power and authority in your voice. So I want to say to you, LaDawn, when the Lord permits you to speak, because people are listening. They're listening. Now, I am so sorry that you through everything that you've been through, LaDawn, and I say that all sincerity. I am so sorry, but I know that God gives us beauty for ashes. He gives us joy for sadness, and He gives us a garment of praise. And that beautiful face that I just saw, you don't look like what you've been through.
Amen.
Girl,
Beautiful.
I thought I used to think I was ugly, and I just
and got skin for days. Are you using 7th Avenue? I just need to know.
No, I'm waiting for my order though.
Hey.
I'm going to drop down, but I just wanted to say to you, LaDawn, continue to be strong. Continue saying that one of the things that we're lacking is that we lack empathy and sympathy for others. And because you have that deep down on the inside of you, but you're also wise and you have off the charts discernment. And you don't play with people. Us people from the Northeast, us people from the North, we can't afford to be trampled on and for people to take advantage of us. That being said, because you have such you're gonna be fine, sweet sis. So I love you. I
so much. You are so sweet. Thank you guys. I love y'all.
We love you too.
You know I love you, girl.
Yeah, you know, and Shan again, she that tough exterior too. So you
tough
know,
cookie.
Yes. And thank you, 41 Fit. And thank you for being in the chat too and helping me. I really appreciate that, especially when it's on some sensitive topics. I really am trying to make sure because I don't zone out. I'm not focused on one part too much. So thank you very much for that as well. Phyllis said you're gonna love 7th Avenue, LaDawn, because she said she ordered 4 times.
I can't wait. And then the lips glow. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
My daughter and my
I'm
niece
trying to get
love
my
it.
groove back, Shan. Shit, I've been out of commission for a long time.
All right now, LaDawn, don't get out there and be for the streets like Halle Berry now. Come on.
Well, no, that's what Shan said. Stay in the streets. Don't wipe them. Don't wipe them.
Right.
Oh yes, Sean. I sorry, I'm on
Breaking
mute.
up.
Sean said, what's your Cash App, LaDawn? Sorry.
Oh, money sign D 4 Dawn. The number 4.
Is that okay? Is this it, LaDawn? I'm typing it. Don't use this, y'all, until she tells me this is it. But is this it?
Right. Money sign. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Don't save her. She doesn't want to be saved. I live, laugh, love you crazy.
That's why it hurt me. I ain't bringing up too much when people pretend to be on the same wavelength because people are listening to us.
Yeah.
And you can learn from each and every person, no matter what walk of life. You can take something from somebody's life. And when people put themselves out there and people play games with it, they better be lucky the internet is in between us.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'll tell you too, when I first started my channel, my husband asked me, he was like, so you gonna go live? He was like, so you're not just gonna post a video and walk? I was like, I thought so, but I said, I've been, well, it's just like that. It just depends on your intentions when you do it. But when I was listening to the panels before I would come up, it was like I was kind of getting to know y'all to get comfortable enough to go up. You know what I mean? So I was like, dang, I feel like, I don't know, like these ladies, like I would love to get a response back speaking to them to let them know, like, I hear you, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a risk. Obviously, it's a huge risk, but
it's okay. It's worth the risk, Trendy.
Yeah.
Because you're helping more than it can hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some things are worth the risk.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did this, that you went forward and you did your page and you're going to continue it on. It's going to get bigger. And, we're here for the long haul.
Yeah.
And I'll tell anybody with fear, it's okay. It's a natural feeling, but don't let it stop you. You still go through the fear, work through it, and still do what your heart is set out to do.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. It's hard to actually live it, but it's such true words, But yeah, I got something. Once I actually get it submitted, I'll let y'all know because Melody done taught us to move in silence, so it's something I can't wait to share with y'all, and I just can't wait to share. But yeah, it's that whole getting past that fear part, But yeah, I have to say, LaDawn, especially after this, it's so crazy. It's only been like a few days, not even maybe a week, and I just want to thank you again that you're still here, and thank you, and thank y'all that are still here in the chat on the panel. Thank you, because fear is a heck of a thing, man.
Yes, it is.
I'll drop the link again just to make sure I didn't miss anybody that may want to come up.
Look, Trendy.
Huh?
You talk about fear. I'm 50 years old, right? I've been driving all my life. I done had 3 cars. My aunt and them, they'll just put the car in their name in my field, but that's how they do, right? But I kept getting caught without a license, so the money was building up. So finally, I said, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to drive until I get a license. So I finally stopped, and I paid off all the money. And when I went to go do my license, I was so nervous. I'm like, girl, you act like you didn't own cars and trucks and like you ain't never drove, been a getaway driving some more stuff. Girl, you better act like you know.
You didn't tell us about the Dukes of Hazzard part. Hold on, LaDawn, is it Darius LaDawn? Is that
That's my son, yeah.
okay?
That's my son's name.
John was asking. Okay. Yeah, you ain't talk about the Dukes of Hazzard part of the driving.
Well, you know, I didn't get 10 years for nothing.
Right.
I used to do my little sticks and stuff.
I was just about to say
all
that. You
Yeah.
had to see New Jersey Drive.
Okay. The first time I learned how to drive was in a stolen car. And I know the people that woke up the next day seen their cars on one side on the road messed up, but I learned.
Did you drift? Did you ever drift, LaDawn?
I told you what I did. Well, I got in they stole the car. I got in it. And they was like, all right, you drive now. So I was like, but I don't know. They said, just when you want to go this way, turn that way. I said, all right. And I was going straight good. And then all of a sudden, all the cars that was parked on that side was all the things off. So when they woke up the next day, all them like 7 cars on that side of the street was all messed up, mirrors down. Girl, child, please. I said, Lord, thank you, Jesus. You gave me some beautiful, wonderfully made kids. None of my kids get in trouble, not one. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, that's a blessing. That's a
And
blessing.
you know what? Because you prayed for them babies, and they were taught. Your husband taught them well, and they had beautiful people in their lives.
Bump that mess. And my poor daughter, she wouldn't survive anyway. She's so sheltered. She ain't never had a fight in her life.
They said, wait, LaDawn stripping cars.
Stripping? Girl, please. You mean hot wiring?
Oh, look, I still missed it. I was talking about the paint off the car in the sense of like, because she, you know, dang, LaDawn, you like you said you didn't go away for nothing. Ran into an A&P truck. I knew better. However, God is awesome. Learned at 12, Phyllis. Wow. And Joyce, I agree. Doubting yourself is the same class as fear, in my opinion. You're right.
Yeah.
Where does the doubt come from except to be maybe afraid of
failing?
Yeah.
Not doing good.
Or
Live,
not
laugh,
being
love. Did you try to come up or is this a troll? I don't think you're a troll, Live, Laugh, Love, but I'm trying to see if you actually tried to come up or not. I'm going to just go ahead and kick them. And then when I see your answer, I'll let you back up if it's you. But I don't think
she said it's her.
Oh, snap. Okay, I'll let you up. Live, Laugh, Love, just turn your camera on real fast. I won't put you up until you turn your camera back off. If the zombie apocalypse happens, we go into LaDawn. Right, because you got to be able to hotwire the car
and get away, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but nowadays they don't even make the cars like that no more, right?
What'd you say?
Yeah, you can still pop out the ignition. Yeah.
Oh.
And did y'all see about the Kias and
the Kias? Yeah. And the Chrysler 300s used to be like that too.
Kias. Wow. Y'all, you gotta Google it. I ain't gonna say because they're gonna be like, I aided it. Nah, but y'all, the Kias and was it certain Nissans? Well, it was something else. But if you look up Kias getting broken into and how they were doing it, and I'm talking about 2022, it's crazy.
And I don't know why they haven't even did something to Kia about that, because when the Chrysler 300s,
everything.
Yeah, because when the Chrysler 300s were being done like that here, because you know we got the plants here,
Hyundai.
So people were doing that to the Chrysler 300s. They made them change out the ignitions or something. So that shouldn't even be a thing. They should be making them do something different.
Child, no thank you.
Okay, I see you, Jazzy. It's the Hyundais. That's what it was. Kias and Hyundais. Thank you, Professor Demeter Joe. Heard about
they made by the same
Kia boys. Phyllis know what I'm talking about. The Kia boys. Okay, I'm about to add you, Jazzy. Kia boys. Yes. Listen, if there is a will, we gonna make a way. We believe in you, LaDawn.
Hallelujah.
How did Dennis go, Jazzy?
You know what? True story. I'm still married. We've been separated for a while, but his insurance ended up covering mine. Y'all, I fell so hard. Chipped my teeth, and they cleaned it and fixed it real fast. I was scared.
Oh,
And I'm praying for my daughter. Y'all felt so hard the other day looking for my debit card and looking for the dirty clothes. I fell through the dirty clothes hamper and hit my mouth on the nightstand. Y'all be having some bad, I ain't gonna say bad luck. 'Cause look how that just happened. I was scared to go to the dentist, y'all. I said, I can't afford these bills because, I was scared to go. I was praying all day. Now I'm
and
praying
you
for my
did it.
daughter. Everything worked out fine, y'all. For me,
Good.
so far.
That's good. That's good.
I guess these exes are good for something, huh?
I'm feeling different. I felt so hard. I was scared. I've been praying. Think I can't afford no dentist bill right now. But God asked my prayers. He didn't want to divorce me. Thank God I'm telling y'all my story. He didn't want to. When I tried to file for divorce twice, he didn't want to fill out the paperwork because he knew how I felt about adultery and all of that. So
Mm.
that's the way he's still in control. But I'm so
Well,
happy he didn't
don't
do
you
it,
only have
y'all.
to
'Cause
wait
the
them out?
benefits is so good.
Well,
You
that's
know,
good.
kids still got the benefits, and thank God, because I know you ain't supposed to live in sin,
Now,
but
I got my legal eagle up here. Don't you only have to wait them out so long as they refuse to sign? Because at some point, it don't matter that they refuse to sign.
Depends on your state. Depends on your state.
But Don, can you verify you got Sean's cash out? I just want to be sure.
Oh, where's my phone?
Depends on each state. But is it a
Yeah,
timeline dependent
because
on the state or
in our
something?
state, if you file, we have like that stuff we were talking about Halle Berry. They don't have no contest divorce. You have to find out if your state no fault. I mean, no fault state. If you have a no fault
Oh my
state
God.
and you file in 9 months, you should have one. But it's and that's another thing. Like it's so much stuff that's state to state that makes it like wow. Like some people
absolutely.
can tie you up forever just trying to get a divorce.
Mm.
If you in one of these states, like Alabama has some weird laws too. That's why Mel's going through what she's going through. California has some weird laws.
That's where I'm at right now.
Thank you
Oh
guys who sent the
yeah.
cash app. Thank you so much.
Sean Fennell.
Thank you,
God is good.
Sean
Yes.
and
Um,
Murray. Murray.
oh, okay. Hold on. I don't know. I don't see that. They might have a different name from their YouTube.
Right,
That's
because I don't think I seen this either. This person's
okay.
thing, neither.
That's so sweet. Thank y'all for being here again. These
But
are
they're there
the
to say
harder.
for blessings, so it's from the
Oh,
page.
I enjoyed listening. I had to value up while they were working on my body, but it was fast. They clean my thing. But I enjoyed listening. I love to hear women supporting women.
Yeah.
It made me feel so good.
Most
I'm so proud of
definitely.
you, Trending, because I was looking for you, but I see you at post, but I was missing you. I was looking for you like Trending needs to be on live. I don't see her no more.
Oh, thank you. And it won't
And
even give the 30-minute warning anymore for me. I'm like, God, dog, you too. Thank you for looking for me, Jazzy.
and I'm so happy to find you. I said we'll find you in the middle of dentist work, but thank God you're here because
Thank
Y'all
you.
crack
God
me
is good.
up.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'll just say my part. I don't want to speak on something else that someone might have said in confidence, but yeah, it was some troubled nights sleeping. And again, all I'm gonna keep saying is thank you. Because you have to see past a lot of what's, I guess, face value, So just thank you, Jazzy. I hope you're doing better. Shan, I hope you're doing better. LaDawn, I hope you're doing better. Live, laugh, love. I hope you're doing better.
Yes,
I really
ma'am.
do.
Definitely.
I actually uh I'm doing better now because before I wasn't because I was holding so much in I couldn't say what I wanted to say to that person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that person finally called me back, so I was able to release my shiznit
I'm
off.
glad.
I'll tell you about it later, Trendy, but I
Okay.
went off.
Oh
So I feel
God.
a
Yes.
lot better.
Oh
I'm
God.
released and I feel good.
Yes.
God is good.
I felt good after her release too.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It
Shane,
was
you
that
already
Trend,
been
good.
briefed.
Mm.
trending. You have a
Oh.
membership.
Thank you, Lady Queen. Thank you. And it's so cute.
Oh,
I asked her, is it El Sadie or Lady? And she said her I think grandson put an extra letter in there. So I think it's Lady Queen.
wow.
Thank you. And Lady Queen, tomorrow I'm drawing Nubian themed lips, so you'll get the free art because you joined. Okay, so
Oh,
that's
can't
and we're
wait.
having a watch along come up soon. Thank you so much for
God is
joining
good.
the Freaky Tribe.
Thank you,
you.
Lady Queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
Trendy. LaDawn did a reenactment for me, so I
Oh, I
felt
can't
good
wait,
after her
LaDawn.
Oh
reenactment.
no.
So,
I
I
can't
need to
wait.
hear this. I need to be patched in because I need to hear this.
she definitely
Listen.
can't say it on YouTube.
No, let me tell you
LaDawn.
what my neighbors think about me. Let me tell you about my neighbors. I don't care where I live, right? In the beginning, they don't know. Maybe they'll call the cops one time in the beginning because I'm so loud, right? But then after they get the picture, like, listen, I'm from the hood. The projects go up to the 20th floor. If the bells broke, we yelling, yo, throw that effing key down. So I'm loud. So don't be calling the cops thinking there's always something going on. So if they see me outside yelling and screaming, they just be like, oh, she just going through it
Oh,
now.
that's so
They don't
Oh
even
my
bother.
God,
No,
that's
they know
too
the deal.
funny.
I was going out.
Well, Mel told us today to put positive energy out there, so we're gonna
yeah.
do that.
But you gotta, to get the positive energy in, you gotta release the negative.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta cuss a bee out.
Like they say, like I've heard some people say, I'm close to the cross, I ain't on it,
Okay, near
Hmm.
the cross.
near the cross. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, and like LaDon said, grace to those who actually deserve the grace too sometimes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm gonna just
absolutely.
leave grace to God because I can't give it at all. I'm
Because
just
you know what
doing.
I used to
I
do?
think you have given grace, but to those that you felt deemed it to allow it, Shan. Because I do feel like you offer grace as
Oh,
hard as
no.
you be saying, but I
I
think you
Yeah.
don't think
offer
it's
grace.
grace. I think it's more of me just saying okay and just
Oh, gotcha,
moving
gotcha,
on.
gotcha.
Because me and LaDon had that conversation last night because
Mm-hmm.
I was about to pop off and she was like, I saw it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yep.
just move on. Like
Yes.
just
Is
Yes.
move
that
on.
is that Kev on stage? She got a shirt like I'm saved, but you can still get these hands.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. I want that shirt.
Oh my god!
You know, I used to work at Macy's and I left in handcuffs.
Really?
I jumped over that counter.
LaDon, you
Oh,
were
she was
the
like
woman
like the
at the
lady in
Pizza Hut.
yeah.
LaDon was the woman that followed that woman out of Pizza Hut and said, "You got to
Uh-huh.
get this to work." I
That
didn't even
woman, she
know.
tried to
Thank
spit
you,
on
Lady
me
Queen.
and I
Thank you.
dodged. I said, dodge, floop, floop, floop. I thought I was an acrobat. Look, it was sore the next day, knowing I got arthritis going through my bones.
Mm. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Trendy, I love those afternoon little clips you do
You like
when you
those?
ask us the questions, if
Okay.
we guilty or not. I
Yeah.
love those
Okay.
things.
I love them too.
I love the things too. I said, "Oh, I hope they like these because
I
I
love
love
them.
geeked up about these little situations."
And it's and you learn too because you'd be surprised because some
Yep.
of the things I felt like should have happened wasn't what really happens.
Yeah. And of course, it's that lawyer. I won't say lawyer's opinion, but how he would interpret the law on some stuff. Because I see he's like, if you have a good lawyer, and we got Legal Eagle Shan clarifying stuff in there. But I'm like just little quick bites of stuff. It's cute.
That's right. Me and 41 Fit, we suing everybody. You get a lawsuit.
Yep.
You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit.
Live Laugh
You get a
Love. I'm
lawsuit.
happy too.
You get a
Yes, I was
lawsuit.
like, yes.
Everybody.
She said, "You getting sued, you getting
As long
sued,
as
and
you
you
keep that
too."
channel, we're gonna keep them coming because those are so funny.
You would be surprised how much I have actually almost been to small claims court because people didn't realize that I know what I'm doing. I don't need nobody. I don't need no lawyer to fill out my paperwork. I fill out my own paperwork. They get it in the mail, and generally they call and say, "Okay, well, we blah blah blah." Okay.
Okay.
Because generally in most places, well, I'll say my local place is it used to be $19, but it's $35 to file a small claims lawsuit
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in most situations you get
No, I got a
between most
case.
states you get between $3,000 and $6,000. Just depends on what your suit is about. So
Okay.
if
Okay.
you, hey, I'd be like, oh, you up? Okay, I don't gotta go down the street.
I was gonna take this lady to Judge Million, People's Court.
Oh wow.
Oh, I would love
Because
that
my
episode.
friend last year, my friend's birthday, so I was like, I had went to my aunt's friend's funeral, and the person that cooked the food, when I tell you that fried chicken, I was like, oh my god, this stuff, the food was so good. So I was like, oh, you cater? She was like, yes. So I said, give me your number, I'll throw you some client some work, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when my friend's party came, I remember I had that lady's number. So I called her, can you make me 2 pans, the big silver pans of fried chicken? Because other people were bringing stuff too. And then I wanted 2 pans of potato salad, 2 pans of mac and cheese.
Ooh, y'all
And I
got down.
paid $600. I gave her a deposit, 200 first, and then at the end, when she brought the food, I gave her the rest. Now, when I tell you she was an hour and something late,
Oh
almost
wow.
2 hours late. And the
Ah.
time I gave her, I still even gave her more time because I told her before the party was really starting, I gave her the time to
Yeah.
drop the
Yeah,
food
because
off.
you want to set up.
Exactly. So once she got there and was so late, um, when I opened up that damn chicken thing, that chicken was soggy. It wasn't the same chicken that the same cooked the same fried the same way.
Uh,
No way it wasn't the same hands. So then I was like, called her back like, yo, this is nasty. Like what
I
is
love how
like
straightforward she
this is
is.
nasty. I want my money back, you know? And then she was like, because I bought the I sent her the deposit so she can buy the chicken and the stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then I called my aunt and said, ask David, that woman, that Patricia lady, did she make that chicken and that food at that wake? Well, David said no. She helped the lady
Wow.
set up and stuff, but she wasn't the actual one that actually did the
Oh
cooking.
my
So she
God.
frauded me. She made me
You got
feel
all your
like,
money back.
yes. So I want to take her to small claims court to get my money back. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
because that's
live
what
the right way because I could go to
Yeah.
the building and drag her out,
That's
but
what
I'm
they say.
Oh,
trying.
Judge Mathis say we're here, so y'all don't choose the other
Yes,
way to
I'm
get
trying to do it the right way.
But that's what Zen Gardens is saying about Marceau. You fraudulently led us to believe that you could
right.
handle our project when you couldn't. So that's exactly what they was. But they was just gonna say forget it, and they just paid somebody to fix your stuff. But since you want to sue me, let
Counter
me
school.
counter
Right.
sue you back, buddy. But yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they tried to let them off the hook. They were
she
probably gonna write
representing
it
the
off.
fraud. And when you go to court, make sure you get a notarized letter from your uncle or whoever that hired the other
Mm-hmm.
person that says exactly what you just said. And it would
Mm-hmm.
even be better if you could get the lady to give you a notarized letter saying that
Right.
she helped her. She didn't actually cook it.
Right.
Because
Well,
you won out the door.
you know how people are, Cher. When I asked my aunt, I said, my aunt told David, go down there and get her exact address, you know, so she'll know how to fill out the paper. She'll have the correct information. And he was like, oh man, I don't want to get
That's
involved in
mean.
that. I don't want to get involved in that. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all people are something else, man. Like, it's wrong. Why
It's
wouldn't you want to
wrong.
just,
That's wrong.
anyways, I don't need you as a witness. Just get the B's name and the right door number for me.
Golly.
That's it.
Right. Wow.
But I could find her because I know I know the building
Yep.
and stuff like that. And I know her first name.
And they've represented under that business before, so you probably can find similar testimony somewhere. Because
It wasn't no business. It was an in-home, like, I'm in the hood, girl. I told you that's the in-home catering
Yeah,
at
but
home in the
she
kitchen.
still she didn't did
Oh
that
wait,
to
she
somebody
might have
else
had a
before.
business. She might have had a business name to it. Trendy, you're right, on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, see, she might have just presented herself like that to somebody else too. That's what Trinity talking about. Like if she did the same thing like portrayed the food to be hers to somebody
I was
else
so
that got them.
embarrassed. I was so
Oh my
embarrassed. I
God.
was so embarrassed because you could hear people at the other tables. I was, oh, this is nasty. This is nasty.
Golly.
I was like, this mother. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, I didn't cook it. Yeah, I got beat, okay?
Yeah, it's usually nothing to file that. The only thing that I will tell people about small claims court and judgments is that's why I would take her on TV actually. But because if you go to a small, see, I was going against a business, so I knew how to collect my money. I knew how to do it myself. So, and every state is different. So the problem with small claims court is they'll give you a judgment, but if you have to go and hire a company like these collections agencies, they only gonna give you like,
A
I don't know what
portion.
it is now, but it used to be like something like 45 cents on a dollar or something crazy. So I was doing it against companies who I knew how to go get my own money. So if you doing it against a person, I would take her to Judge Mathis or whoever is right there that's not too far from y'all, which I think
Judge
is Judge
Million,
Million.
right?
I would take her there
Yeah, I
to
think
Judge
she-
Million because
Yeah.
I think she is on the East Coast. So I would take her to Judge Million, and you definitely will win, even if it's just your aunt or whoever saying that my husband hired such and such to do such and such and da 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 da.
My aunt was there. She witnessed it. She'll tell the truth.
Right,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Because it was
And you
her
don't even,
friend's event
and
we
they don't
went
even
to.
have to go. Even if you go to Judge Million, all you need is that notarized letter from your
Right,
aunt
right. Make
saying
sure it's
Yep.
that
notarized.
notarized and by
Okay.
a notary. And
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to
yeah,
do.
because she
It's not fair.
misrepresented herself. She
Yeah.
misrepresented
I'm
herself.
a broke fee. I ain't got, can't nobody just keep taking my, like you robbed me without a pow pow. Like I feel like a chump. Like you just took my money and gave
Yeah.
You
me
would, I
garbage.
know you would definitely make TV. You would
She
definitely make
would.
TV,
She'd be a
LaDawn.
highlight reel.
And they
I'm
get,
serious. I was like, what? She just robbed me with a pow pow. Like I feel like a scissor knuckle.
No, and 41 Fit, she called it. Nowadays, folks are stealing money in the form of deposits for hairstyling. When I tell
Oh
you, and
yeah.
I know it's some good ones out there, but when I tell you, I'm so tired of Instagram hairstylists. I am so tired of them.
Mm.
At this point,
Yeah.
I told my husband, I said, I'm gonna start paying for, if they don't have like, I'm gonna pay a deposit on the smallest service, like let it be like a wash, right, or whatever. And I'm interviewing them, like, no, don't get the water ready. I just want to talk to you because I want to make sure you know how to deal with natural hair because everybody don't know how to handle it, even though you got the same hair as me, you know. And I'm just
and
gonna
you know
interview
what?
you.
Also, when you do your deposit, and see a lot of stylists around here, because my daughter, I do my own hair. I do my own natural hair, but my daughter, she does the stuff, all that stuff the girls doing now. So when she goes to somebody, I always do the deposit. Like they use Style Seat here a lot, and I know they use it all over the country.
Yep.
So when you use it, make sure whatever service they use it, I want to use my American Express. Because American Express will give you your money back with the quickness if you get there and that person didn't know what they was talking about, or if they, like my
Give
sister
you the
had
runaround.
my sister went to a girl, she never showed up. She sat there and waited on that girl and had gave her deposit, she never showed up. And she
Or
found
they'll
her on,
tell you that they're gonna send you the their address,
Oh,
a
yes,
day or two prior to your appointment, and they
yes,
never send them.
yes.
so
I've been lucky, but I've encountered sketchy. I have. I just got
and
lucky
you
enough to
could
get
go
my
right
money
back to
back.
American Express and get your money back. Like, give my money
Man.
back. And they'll give it back. You don't even have, you just tell that person, like, this wasn't right. You ask for your money back. If they don't give it back, get you some kind of, if you got text messages, screenshot them and drop them in online. And American Express, here you go, baby. They give your stuff right back. Boop, boop. Like,
Yes,
Lady
Lady
Queen.
Queen. A
Oh,
lot of people won't even do your hair without you paying a deposit.
and they got 50,11 rules on what they need from you, and they break their own rules, like showing up 15 minutes early, but then they 5
And do
minutes late.
can't bring no one.
Bring your hair, wash your hair before you come, part
Blow it
your hair
out.
before you come at this point.
Then what do they
Blow
do
it out.
then? I thought when
Blow
you
it
get your
out.
hit, when I was getting my
Blow
hair
it
done, they
out.
did it all.
girl, and that's what I be saying about the girls that do my daughter hair. She be washing her hair. I'm like, why is you washing your hair? Oh, they don't wash hair. For the $400 you about to pay, they don't wash
Nah,
it?
every
Right.
time
They
I
gotta
went and got
be.
my
Mhm.
hair done, they washed it and did
There's so many
everything.
things now. They
That's
like at
gonna
this
be
point.
extra.
They show the
Wow.
the skits be showing themselves braiding their own hair for the hairstylist. It's so ridiculous.
What?
No, it's a skit though, but that's just how
Oh.
ridiculous the demands have gotten.
Oh
Yeah,
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 I got a
that's
story.
crazy.
I got a story for y'all. I got a story for y'all. Okay, this hairstylist here, she on her page it says, "Do not be late. Do
Mm-hmm.
not bring anybody." This was the first time my daughter ever went and got some extensions or whatever
Basically,
they call
don't
them
even
from her hair.
breathe.
Don't bring me.
Don't be
snacks.
late. Don't be late because if you late, your appointment could be canceled, or I may charge you $25. Or like she got an or. Like, don't bring anybody with you. Bring your hair washed. Wash your hair. It was another outrageous, and I was like, "Is she serious?" Okay, so we
Probably
get
blow
there.
it out. Probably blow it out. They want to blow it out too.
Probably.
Yeah, we get there at 8 a.m. because I always like to be the first appointment because I'm OCD about waiting. Because if you know how hairstyles is, my appointment at 10. I've been sitting here since 9:45, and it's 11:30, and you ain't finished with homegirl. I got a problem. But so we get there 8 o'clock. The door lock. My daughter called her. She didn't answer. My daughter texted her. She didn't answer. 15 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? We about to just go. My daughter, I need my hair. That's right. We waiting there. And I'm like, oh, I'm only giving her a half hour. So she finally texts my daughter back. I'm so sorry, I overslept. So I'm like, okay, so now are we able to charge you a late fee? Because you would have been charged us a late fee or canceling the appointment.
Right.
Okay, so mind you, she 45 minutes late. She pull up. She got 2 kids with her. I'm like, they extra. Like, what are they doing here? Like at this time, my daughter was a minor and was in high school, and I'm like, no extra people. So we get in there, and I'm like, I almost wanted to leave my daughter because I'm like, because them kids was getting on my nerves, and that's why I know that's why you talking about no extra people. I get that. So it go for me and you, because your kids is getting on my nerves.
Right.
And I'm already irritated because you 45 minutes late.
Yeah, and they always around the corner for 45 minutes.
And
they
see,
around
you
the
know
corner.
me. I'm like, okay, so you was 45 minutes late. Okay, what's the discount? Like, what are you doing? I said, and after she did I waited till she did my daughter hair because, of course, I'm not gonna say no while she in my baby head. So when she finished with her hair, I said, you know what? If my daughter comes back to you, I will not be with her. 1. And 2. If she ever come here on an appointment and you late like this and all this other stuff going on, she won't be back. And that service will be free because she one of the ones that wanted a deposit and all this and all that. And I will, after you do her hair, call American Express, tell them I was not happy with that and give me half off. I want to ask you for a discount. I'll ask them. I won't even let you know it's coming. Because American Express will give it to me. They have. They've given me discounts on something like I've gotten orders from big companies, and it's not what it said it is. And I don't return the stuff. I just keep it. And I say, no, I'm going to keep it. It ain't what it was supposed to be, but I'll keep it. I might be able to use it. So I because they sent me something other, and I take pictures and I download them on the computer and I make my little complaint. And America said, yeah, honey, here go your half, your 50% off or whatever. And I ain't never been crossed by American Express. Once they finish the investigation and give me my 50% off, I got it. And it never comes back at all. So I'm like, you know what? I spend a lot of money, and I like quality stuff. And if I'm spending my money with you because my hard-earned money that I earned over all the years I was working, I expect to get what I'm paying for because I like nice stuff, and I don't buy myself a lot of stuff all the time. So when I finally do break down and buy myself something nice, I want what I want.
Right. That's fair. LaDawn, please follow through with your claim.
No,
yeah, girl. I'll meet you at Million Courtroom.
I can't believe that lady. Yeah.
I'm gonna go find the information. You got it.
Look. I'm gonna call you later after I'll give you the stuff. And then look, I think she turned me off on fried chicken now because I ain't been eating anything fried chicken.
That's so bad.
I have not. I will not eat no fried chicken lately.
Right. Who wants some soggy fried chicken? Hey, Miss Stinky.
Hi, Nikki. Oh, no. You mean Pinky. Miss Pinky.
Who wants some
Oh, here.
soggy fried chicken?
And just in case you want to come up, Pinky, I'll drop it for you. But yes.
Oh my God.
Dang. Okay, let me go through my notes real fast. I just want to see.
I know you got more notes over
Okay,
there. Chimmy keep a
LaDawn.
bunch of notes.
Yes, it is. No, I don't know because I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to. I wrote them down, but I don't want to ask. I ain't gonna ask. No, because I love how you. I don't want to. I don't want to make it go backwards. Been in this business over 30 years. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I would have taken her non-cooking aide of court, Lady Queen.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's not right. You don't do that. People don't got a problem with lying, girl. They'll just be saying
And
the
don't.
old thing.
Yeah.
But lie to your face
Mhm.
with a straight face.
Yeah.
She had the apron on and the gloves and
God,
everything.
she had the uniform.
Yeah, she was behind that table serving. I was like, oh, okay.
She was cosplaying as someone that knew how to cook it. Okay, Pinky, just turn your camera on, but I won't put you up on camera. I just need to see to make sure. Hey, okay. I see you.
That's too much.
Did you see me?
I saw you, Pinky.
Okay. All right. Hi guys. How you all
Hi.
doing?
Hello.
Pinky, if you can watch the replay later, you know I
Oh,
ain't.
let me turn one up off. Wait. Now you can hear me better, right?
You sounded good both times. You sound good.
Okay. How everybody doing?
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. I'm just can't wait to see what we're talking about today.
Girl,
A little
okay,
bit of
Pinky,
everything.
we done jumped everywhere. So first of all, whenever you get the chance to watch the replay, LaDawn told as much of her story as she can tell in a public forum. You know, it was very good. I know it's gonna help people that have heard it. So you know, we've been waiting on LaDawn. So I would say watch that. Then we have segued into the fact that somebody allegedly scammed LaDawn because they were pretending they could cook and they couldn't, and they tried to cater. They was late and they couldn't cook. And so we were talking about her. She's trying to get on Judge Million for small claims, and Shan's the legal eagle says she'll help her.
Oh my Lord! I'm sorry. Did you guys that happen? Oh my
You
God!
know, Miss Pinky, you don't play around with black folks fried chicken.
No, I don't.
Not at all.
I would love to eat some, but I don't know how to cook it or anything.
What?
Look,
well, at least you admitted it.
Yeah, exactly. She's not trying to make nobody pay her for it.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about cooking.
Wow.
I stir up my stove and it stares at me.
Not stare at it.
That's okay, Pinky. I'm not traditionally a cook like that myself. I'm not and I'm blessed to be with someone that don't care, and he mostly snacks anyway. He ain't even like that.
That's right.
I know how to cook, but I don't like to cook. I know how to cook. I can cook a little bit of everything, but I don't like cooking.
I just have to make sure. I'm asking Lady Queen the backstage just to make sure.
But I would love to eat. My daughter just ordered Mediterranean or something. I don't know.
Yes.
And I never had it in my life. And
ain't that healthy stuff?
Yes.
Chicken shawarmas, hummus.
Oh no.
Shawarma salad.
And I was trying.
You're trying to put me on a diet.
It's mostly a lot of garlic based food.
Yeah.
Too.
But she was eating it up.
Oh, Demita Joe said she a great cook. Demita, I know this has nothing to do with nothing, but your voice makes me think you're a great cook.
Yeah.
On Debbie too. On Debbie's voice too. It looked like she be throwing it down in the kitchen.
You sound like she could.
I wish I could.
Lady Queen, can you turn your camera on real quick? You can turn it back off. I'm not gonna put you up till you turn your camera back off.
Who?
I got Lady Queen in the back. She's a new Trendy Tribe member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's her before you know how it happens, Pinky. We gotta verify.
Yeah, I had one this morning.
I had one. I booted them. They ain't try to come back up because I never let them actually have access. Thank goodness.
Well, I had one last night. I had one this morning, and I didn't like the person last night, and they wanted her to come up on the panel. I said, "Oh no, we ain't doing that no more.
Not doing it. Not doing it."
And then this morning, We had. I'm not doing that.
And live,
Can't do
laugh,
that.
love. Be careful because I know you haven't been doing too many panels lately, but just be careful. Make us pop on a camera, say something with our voice, something like do not. Well, if you let people say something with their voice, put a banner up because then you've already let us up if you can hear us. So be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cecilia was my last guess.
What'd you say?
Let me answer this call right quick.
Okay, Pinky. What'd you say, Lip? Oh, you said succeeding
was my last guess.
Got you. Okay. Oh, Demita said she's been cooking since 7.
Wow.
Man, Demita.
I was boiling hot dogs and frying French fries and frying chicken. Yep.
Now I learned later on because my grandmother was Southern. She was like, clean them collard greens, cut up that, and then get out my kitchen, clean them chitlins, and then we left.
Lady Queen, I just want to make sure I'm reading this in the right tone. If you're like you're saying, look, I'm too shy to be showing my face even backstage, I completely understand. It's these trolls that have been out here and they'll screenshot your icon, pretend like it's you when they come backstage. So that's why I'm just saying nobody else has to see your face. I just have to make sure it's you. Well, you know what, Lady Queen, what I'll do for you, I'm gonna put a banner up. So if you choose to come back up, I'm gonna put a banner up, and then I'll ask you to just say something so I can make sure you're you. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put the banner up.
You have to do that because that's what happened to me the other night.
Okay. Oh, I see you. You got it, Lady Queen. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Wow.
I'm glad, Miss Pinky. Yeah, I'm glad you're learning. Because they will come in and
That's what happened. Was it not last night? The other night, the person was in my chat for the longest. We helped her to come up. I don't know what one of y'all there that night. We helped her to get up. She came up. She stayed up. Okay.
Sorry, Pinky. 1 second, Lady Queen. Since you're new to StreamYard, I don't know if you want to turn your camera back off, and I'll let you back up. I just don't. You're up. I see you. Just turn your camera back off because I don't think you wanted to be on camera, and I don't want you to think I'm not letting you up. I just don't want to put you out there in public and you weren't trying to have your camera still on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna let her up so I can hear her. Okay. And we can't see you, Lady Queen. I got my banner up so nobody can see you. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. Hey. I don't want to put you out there in public and you weren't trying to have your camera still on. Okay.
Okay.
Lady Queen, turn me off on one device that's not streaming.
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Turn YouTube off. Keep StreamYard up.
Can you hear me?
Turn me off on one device.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Wait, let me get it off. Dang it. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Let me unconnect to this. Let me.
Okay, y'all. It's okay. Look, we all struggle with StreamYard.
You got it?
It's crazy.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Okay.
Lady,
one more second. Lady Queen, if you hear this, once you come up on StreamYard, drop YouTube because the delay is coming from the YouTube side and it's doubling up the sound.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, Pinky. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Linda Gamble said she was in my chat that when that happened. Let me find what Linda said.
Linda said she was okay. Yeah.
She said I was in the chat, Pinky. Yeah. That person you got fools. And when I say fools, they are a complete fool.
Yeah.
And they just ruin your whole thing. And they don't realize how much effort and time you put into this. And then, and I think that that lady must have screenshot because the lady was up on my panel for a while. And then she said she was leaving and she left. And it was, I think it was Jazzy. It was a couple of us up there, right?
Wow.
And even Miss Black Titanic was up there. And I forgot who else. But anyway, she said she was leaving and we still having a party going on, right? And for some reason, she popped back up. You know how when they pop back up and want to come back up?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I said her name. I actually said her name, just like I'll say, Pinky the housewife, you back? And I
Yeah.
said that like that.
Yeah.
And I clicked on her. She came back up, same little avatar or whatever it was,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And as soon as she came back up, it didn't take but a second. All I could see, and this wasn't a picture this time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It wasn't a picture. It was it just made me I wasn't myself for
Hey,
that.
Sylvia.
Oh,
And I'll tell you this. And see, here's the
That's
thing.
terrible.
The first time she came up, was she was okay the first time?
Yeah, but I should have known something was wrong because when she first came up, she said something about Melanie.
Oh.
And I didn't.
Oh, I think I was
and
in there.
I said I'm a millimeter, 10 toes deep or all the way or something. I said, and as soon as I said that, she changed and started talking about swimming and everything.
Yes, I was actually in that live too.
You were in that live?
Yeah, and then
replay
she
it a little
came
for
back
me.
up because she said she wanted to explain what I remember. She wanted to explain what she actually meant. I don't know what you're talking about. She said she wasn't a millimeter, but but she liked Mel. But basically, to me, she was saying the same thing, kind of like what Carson's been saying, like, well, we need to give other people a try, and just little things like that. But I was on there, yes.
Yeah, and I should have stuck to my gut when she said that as soon as she opened her mouth, but I said, wait now. That's when I told her I'm a millimeter, 10 toes deep, and then she changed the tune.
Yeah,
and it's like I should have listened to my gut. But she stayed on there for a while. And then when she did come back, that's when all the
Can I tell you this, Pinky? Even though she was probably a troll for the melody part troll, somebody still probably spoofed her image to come back up. I don't think that was the same person. Yeah. Because they spoofed Live, Laugh, Love on me. That's how I was just like, oh, Live, Laugh, Love, get her. And then, it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't
and
her.
That's what everybody asked me. Why did I let her? I said that was, and I kept talking. I said that was Tammy. Her first name, it was Tammy something. I got it. Okay. I said that was Tammy.
Because they'll just randomly copy somebody's thumbnail who they think you'll let up, I guess.
Right. Wow. And I said, remember, I said the name. I said her name. It's like, girl, I tell you.
Woo, I feel your pain. I was there when the first time it happened to you, and then I got comfortable. Even though I just saw it happen to you, I got comfortable. Like 2-3 days later, it happened to me. I said, "All right, I gotta do better."
I mean, it's like this week. Today is Friday. It seems like I can't go a day. I said, "Can I get at least one day or somebody not acting up?"
That's what I was trying to warn Black Titanic because she lets us up as long as she recognizes most of our icons.
Right.
I didn't want that to happen to her because you get so frazzled in the moment and they're trying, they're showing
it throws you off
explicit images or video in that case.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't even an image. It was a person acting.
I was watching you that time. I like the way everyone handled her. Oh, okay. Lady Queen said she was watching you, Pinky, and she liked the way everybody handled her.
Yeah, thank you, Lady Queen. Where's Lady Queen? Oh, right there. Okay, I was just messing with this. I had to learn how to use it. I want to make sure everyone could see me. I was watching you that time. I like the way everyone handled her. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lady Queen.
Lady Queen, you're 99% there, just so you know, on StreamYard. You just have to close YouTube and tap that camera icon to turn your camera back off. Because if you don't want to stay on camera, but you're really close, I promise you. But we all have gone through this, I promise you. We all go through this with StreamYard when we're first getting used to it. So do not feel any way.
Yeah.
Yep, 41 Fit.
41 Fit want them to get a hobby. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They need to go sit on somebody's couch.
It wastes time.
It's just evil and mean. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to go lay on somebody's couch with Martell.
You're right, Pinky. You're right.
Take coleslaw, Martell, all of them. They all need time to lay on the couch.
Yeah,
maybe some agreements.
And y'all, I saw, because I sure am gonna watch. I put in my watch later so I wouldn't forget. either Brown Skin Girl or Drop the Mic released a video that said, what you call them? Chirp Chirp is back. That's how she said it. You know, coleslaw, basically. She said Chirp Chirp is back or something. She
Chirp Chirp is back.
I put it in my watch later. Let me see. Here was who? Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Okay.
Chirp Chirp. That's what it said. Classy back. Right, 41 Fit. Oh, 41 Fit. You just reminded me. Did y'all see the not a good apology in my opinion, but the apology that Funky Dineva did?
No. And then Chloe.
To Chloe, and then it was on the Plainest Jane's channel. I was watching Layla Lynn, and Layla Lynn said that's where she's gonna watch it and react to it. But he even riled up Layla Lynn. She was saying, "I'm so unbiased. I come to report. I rarely offer my opinion," but she was like, "I'm tired of it." And so Layla actually offered her opinion on it, and I was like, to get Layla to do it, because she does just report for the most part. But yeah, the Plainest Jane has Funky Dineva's, I'm air quoting, apology, and then reaction to the apology and everything, in case y'all are wondering.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What we talking about?
I'm surprised he did.
Oh, go ahead, LaDawn.
I'm surprised he apologized.
He probably was getting pressure from the network.
Apologize, LaDawn. He pretty much made it clear he still felt how he felt, in my opinion.
So why apologize then?
He kind of said, I'm not necessarily apologizing. He said, I went too far or something. He said, you got to see it, LaDawn. Let me get her channel. Hold on, I'm going to drop
it. Probably was the network that the show that he's on.
The network. He said the network made him do it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, if the network makes you do it, that's not an apology.
It's right. Not. Exactly. I shouldn't call it an apology. I should say he addressed what he was forced to address, because it really wasn't an apology. It wasn't.
It was a sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
I give those because I give those all the time, so I know what it sounds like.
I just saw Mel walking in Paris Fashion Week. Okay, I got some videos saved. I got them queued up, so star. But 41 Fit said the Plainest Jane. I love the Plainest Jane commentary. He didn't apologize, LaDawn. Yep, and I didn't know about her. But
right quick so I can take care of the dog.
I did subscribe because I was like, it looked like she comments on a lot of stuff I'm interested in. His hand was forced, yes. And she said she can't say too much, but her inside knowledge was, how did she word it, 41 Fit, that she knows genuinely he, I guess, doesn't feel remorse, and he wouldn't have done it if he wasn't about to like lose something, I guess, maybe.
Lose his job or be suspended or something.
Yeah. Now, CDW, his apology may finally be posted to Fox Soul, but at the time, it wasn't even on Fox Soul yet, except if you were watching it live. They hadn't posted the segment as a replay.
Oh, okay.
I would still fire him. You know why? After
this air quote apology, I think he might still be facing consequences, because this is going to go away.
Yeah,
he because written something. I mean,
he should have just
written
and not mention that he had to do it for his company, because
exactly.
then you're like saying kiss my butt. That's why I would still fire him, because you're still acting like a beehole. And then another thing too, it really put I'm sorry, I can't take when ugly people call other ugly people ugly. I can't. I'm sorry. He be sitting up there talking about people and the way that they look like he is Albie Shore back in the days or something. Boy, you don't need to be calling nobody ugly. You got a nerve like your stuff don't stink. Make me sick.
No, it was bad, and it seemed like it's man.
It sounds like it was given.
It was wrong.
It sounds like it was giving my mama.
Yeah, my mama told me to say this. My mama told me to tell you that I.
Yes,
girl. And if you really probably called somebody and said you need to take that back about my little sis now.
And if you really want to get down to it, right? I agree with that shit. I think Beyonce got involved with that one. But my thing about it too is I'm kind of sick of Because I was I was watching somebody's live the other day that was talking about the situation, and some people that went up there were saying basically that's what he does, and they're tired of women getting mad at the gay man when he says something about women, but women can say it to each other. That's right. That's right. Men can say whatever they want to men, and women can say what they want to women. But just because you don't consider yourself a full man or whatever, don't mean you get to talk slick out your mouth to a woman. Period. Period. So when they try to put that up there, if I call Shan a B and she called me a B, y'all call each other B, so why can't, excuse me?
Because I have that relationship,
Not only that,
with that person.
I feel like even if I didn't have that relationship, we're even playing field. You are not an even playing field. You're still a man. I don't care if you want to flick your wrist on none of that.
Thank you, 41 Fit.
Still a man. I'm sorry. It just really pisses me off.
Somebody put it best. It's like, yes, so oh gosh. You know what? Let me stay in my lane. I dropped the link to the video. Y'all can go watch the video because I don't even want to mess up and accidentally paraphrase it the wrong way.
Right.
Drop the link. Go watch the video.
I will say one thing about it that I think most people will agree with. It's not so much as what he said and who he said it to. It's more of the fact that we're tired of him saying it. Because I can't remember when I've seen him go hard like that for a man. Like
exactly.
It's always women. Every time you see him going blah blah blah, it's a woman.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that's like a man constantly harassing you and berating you. And it's like, okay, well, have that same energy for the men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, this what he do. No, because even on Love and Hip Hop, when he came, who did he come for? He came for the women.
Right.
He didn't have that same energy for Scrappy. He didn't have that same energy for, what's his rat face? I can't think of his name.
Jay.
He didn't have that same energy for the men. He was coming for the women. Like, quit coming for the women. You are, at the end of the day, regardless of whatever, you still a man, and come for the men. Like, be an equal opportunity dragger. Not like dragging women. Just be an equal opportunity.
Thank you, Shan. You said it better. Yes.
That's it. That's all we asking for. We asking for you,
because there's a lot of men out there. Why ain't nobody else talking about Martell and Maurice the way they talk to women and what he said?
Has he ever drugged
that's true. I haven't seen Maurice and Marceau or Martell get drugged from
only us. Only
they go after women like they got on a girl or something.
I know there's men out there that had an aunt or a mother with the big C that they felt and they got felt a way about Maurice's statement about his wife, but no man stood up and said anything. You didn't drag him. All this girl did was walk on the stage looking the way she felt like she wanted to look, and you had to go all in.
He's just jealous because he can't do it.
Jealous. That's where I was getting. He's jealous of women.
It was something because it seemed so ferocious and like personal and it was more. And we've seen him just before, but it seemed like that right there was just like he was ready, set, go, and it was like he was ready, like, and he didn't even talk about Hallie. He took it to Chloe, and it's like, we talking about Hallie here. Hallie hadn't, or whatever.
Yeah,
you think you said.
Chloe. He did because y'all, Hallie has turned into a little gangster for Chloe. Because most of the time people come for Chloe, not Hallie, and Hallie be like, "You better leave my sister alone." Like she had that face, like that's just what they do for each other. That's sisters standing up for a sister. Like that's all that is.
She always
that was on Ready. That was on Ready. And even Claudia asked him, where did it come from? And there was no
But did you see Claudia's face though? Claudia was sitting there like
I did. Did you see when he charged up to talk about Chloe? I done rewatched that moment so many times.
Yep.
I was like, oh, he was ready.
And I think Claudia noticed that, and I believe she said something to him because a couple times she'll hold back, but you can tell that it's Claudia. We know when Claudia ready to pop off. We just so she was ready to pop off, but she like, I'll just hold it because I don't want to make this a moment. But even Al, y'all know Al was even trying to be politically correct and everything up there. And I'm like, Al was
Al started to, but I ain't gonna lie. Al was co-signing after a while to me.
But I understand what Al was saying, though. I get it because we say it all the time about reality stars. We say, okay, if you're going to be out here and you're going to do this, don't play in our face. That's what Al was saying.
Al's whole thing is allowing people to play in people's face, and he be playing in people's face. So I just don't understand.
But we know that. But he started off first
he started off reasonable before Funky Dineva went.
But then he was like, okay, well, she playing it. And that's what I take it as. I take it as because we could just say use me as an example. I'm a married woman. I do not like coleslaw. Cannot stand that woman. But if I'm saying something remotely, inchly nice about her or anything, somebody takes it as a nice statement about her because it ain't nothing really nice to say about the woman.
Right.
But if you say anything that sounds like you're giving an inch or you're feeling a different type of way about anything, including the child, people take that and run with it and say, oh, you trying to look out for her. You want her to be successful and all this stuff. I don't know her enough to want that for her. Right. But I'm just saying what I'm saying because this is how I feel was placed on my heart at that moment. That's why I said a lot of times I do move in silence because a lot of times what's placed on your heart, somebody else, it's not placed on theirs at that moment. So they can't handle it and they're going to blow up on you like it's your fault or whatever the case may be. And then when you try to explain it, regardless of what you say, what you saying is going to be not right. It's going to always be twisted into something else that you're not meaning it to say. And every time you start talking, they just going to take that beginning part and not let you finish your conclusion.
Yeah, that is true.
I hate that, but I dislike that, by the way. That roused me so much. ADR, we're talking about Al, Star Jones's ex-husband.
Yeah, and
part of it is about him anyway.
Yeah, Al, he ran game on Star. So, we already know how Al, you can't be out here talking about playing in her playing in our face and all that, because you did it for a long while there, sir. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? He was trying to be pretty much politically correct because at any moment the people can stop watching y'all. Like y'all.
And I will say this, I saw some content creators that identify they are gay Black male content creators. That's not their only identity, just part of it. But I'm just saying I saw some that did say that they did not agree with Funky Dineva before a lot of the backlash came. So it's not like jumping on the bandwagon after the fact. They were just like, no, this is not right, So I do appreciate seeing that,
right.
I having to say it's not right.
Right.
Because really she did nothing wrong other than say and that shirt thing she had on, and I'm a big girl, and that shirt thing she had on, that would make anybody, I don't like those because they make anybody, most women wear those are pregnant. So I don't like those because they too flowy and you do look impregnated in them or really bigger if you're a big girl. So it's not a flattering thing like Live, Love, Laugh just said. It's not a very flattering outfit. And it was cute on it. And the little girls wear it all the time for Easter. We ought to have that coat as a little girl for Easter. Show me a girl today had that coat as a little girl for Easter. So I don't like them. But that's why I don't like them, because it does nothing for your shape. And the fact that he just got so mad about the picture she dropped is like, why?
And I'll make this point, and I'm glad that I think it was Layla Lynn, the way that she stated it. She said technically, Halle didn't say she was or was not pregnant. She dropped pictures to say, look at, or here's some stuff from the backstage thing. Here's me and my sister out. but it's not even like she was like, I'm not pregnant, I am pregnant, and it wouldn't matter either way. But like the way he was mad about it was as if she really did say something, and she
Like
didn't
she
say it.
denied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And
why I'm
another
like, that
thing
was
that
him
Al did
already.
that was out of character was he was like, well, I could understand if she was, because she's trying to protect her Disney career. And I was shocked because that's not usually Al's position, trying to take up for nobody. He tried. I think Funky just turned him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he got swayed. He did try a little bit. Well, possibly he got swayed. I don't know. I didn't watch as much.
So if you work for Disney, you can't have kids?
That
No,
was
I
his
think
assumption, I
The
think.
antiquated
he was
stuff
saying
was out
how
of wedlock,
people,
but I
yeah.
don't think Disney.
That's just so stupid. You know how many
Yeah,
people that got families that work for Disney that say something like save her career, her Disney
Right.
contract? That's stupid.
Right. And
Yeah,
it's, I
but
mean,
they
a lot of
do.
people just don't want to, at an early
They don't want her to grow
time
up.
frame,
They
they
don't
don't
want her
want
to
to
grow
let
up.
people know because,
Let me
that's
tell
how.
you, the other main thing that they kept bringing up is she looks cringy and her outfit's too sexy, but she got that baby face. Listen, yes, we remember them as little girls, but they grow up.
Exactly.
They grow up. We can't keep them in that frame because that's where we still see them.
Right.
They ain't those little Disney stars no more. They're grown women.
Right.
And
And they
And that happens a lot with child. That happens a lot with child stars. That happens a lot, and why they don't transition good after they become adults, because
Keke Palmer.
people can't unsee them as a kid.
Keke Palmer, is she the only one that kind of did it, or not did?
No, they was trying to come at her too,
No,
but
they
she
still coming
demands.
for Keke.
She
But
demands.
Keke is just
That's good for
Keke
her.
is like them. Kiki's. I believe Kiki's thing is her mom doesn't feed into that because it seemed like her mom has her back.
Okay.
And she's stronger minded too.
Right.
Yeah. But they just it's sad because you didn't see them doing that to Miley Cyrus when she got up there and got
okay.
They did do it to her.
Oh, yes, they did.
Oh yeah, she had to get her name trademarked or renamed. She did it. She had to fight.
Yes.
She did. And I ain't even trying to
Hannah Montana. Yes. That's why she looked like she looked now, because she couldn't take it.
Yeah. No, they did.
I ain't see that.
It's a whole thing out there saying I can't remember what I was watching, but
I thought that was only after she came back humping on the thing.
No, that was
the
just
bear
humping on the
balls
balls.
on purpose.
Yeah.
No. They had owned her actual name or something crazy. It was bad. She was restricted. She was very much like they be holding on to them mostly girls, it seemed like,
Yeah, Justin Timberlake had no problems getting out there and shaking his tail and swinging his thing and all that.
Raven-Symoné had that
Raven-Symoné. Yup, Raven-Symoné too.
Yeah.
They just have a thing for trying to hold and take things from the women. The men, they don't do that too.
Absolutely.
We still have to fight no matter where we are. We still have to fight and demand that we be treated the same. We give them respect, and we're not going to take it no more.
Yep. You're right, Pinky. The more voices, the better. Yep.
That part, Miss Pinky.
Yep. Because they try to just think women have no power. They always think, this is the man's world. We need to they still trying to control us, just like the on all these cast shows from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, everything. The men still trying to control the women. If you don't realize that that's all, and it's controlled by CK, and he's still controlling all the men on the show to keep them to keep their wives in line.
If I drop, my internet did it like a blip. So if I drop, I'm coming back, just so y'all know. It goes in phases.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what they do to us, Miss Pinky. And that's why I think so many people are outraged about what Funky did, because he has a wider audience on Fox Soul.
Absolutely.
Like if you were just on your little YouTube, not little, but if you just on your YouTube channel doing what you do, fine. But you're on Fox Soul.
He was on a public platform,
a large platform, and
Right.
Fox sold at that. Just it's like, come on now.
Right.
It's
And
like,
you got so many women, female, that a lot of
Viewers,
listeners are female. Majority of them are female. And you're talking like that, and you're criticizing a young girl like that. And that apology is nothing but a stank, because that apology is not a real apology. He just
That's
Right.
why I
wanted to
would still
say that-
fire him.
Yeah,
Because you
Huh?
still don't get it. You're still
No.
polluted
You
in the
ain't gonna
mind.
get
You
it.
don't get it.
Because if you get it, you won't keep doing the same thing and getting in the same situation. And this is all the time for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a
that
lot of
sorry, not
people,
sorry.
a lot
Go
of the
ahead.
other men that are doing YouTube are saying basically, oh, well, he's the reason why I started my channel. So therefore, I'm going to overlook some things because he has laid the platform and he's done so much. I don't care about none of that. I'm
You
talking
have to
about
have a
right
standard.
here
Right.
today. What has
Right.
he started it, but what did he do with it? And look how he's treating it.
Right.
Right.
Out of here. He needs to be out of here. He is
Right.
one of the people. There's a million people in this world that's a problem, like Trump. Okay, that cause that contribute to the problems in the world that we're trying to fix.
That is true.
Funky Dineva, in my opinion, is a direct. He's one of those type of people that causes problems that we're trying to fix. He's not a part of the solution. He is the problem.
Yeah.
He's one of the problems, point blank, period. Nothing he does is funny. Nothing he does is cute. When he's talking and the way he talk, I don't care if it's who it's about. It's always in a nasty tone, always in a negative. He's like a negative Norbit or something. I don't know. He just can't stand his old ugly, corroded looking self. He looked like he got the monster. He need to shut up. Sick of him and the other ones. And if they dare call me cis woman, it's gonna really be a problem.
Girl.
I'm sick of it. They think because they're like that, they can say what they want to say about us women. Point blank, period. That's what it boils down to. You are gay, and you think because you're in that middle lane, you have a right to say what you want to whoever you want, the way you want, without any regard to anybody's feelings or anybody that's watching's feelings.
Hey, Gloria. Yeah,
he needs to be canceled.
Certain ones do seem that's what they think, and I don't agree with that. Ones that are.
Hi, Gloria. How you doing today?
I'm not saying he's the only one. There's a couple. There's not all of them, but there is, like, I can say 5.
Yeah. 5.
Shoot.
Yeah, but that's
Patricia. Probably he did.
And him and Claudia got into it before. Remember when he got suspended?
Oh, I didn't know he got suspended. I know he getting into it with Claudia all the time.
This was around, was it the beginning of the year or was it last year? That's when I was going on Sherelle's World. What was happening that he said something? Claudia was going through something with somebody. I forget who it was. Who was it?
Was it the guy she was dating? Because her and that guy was going through.
It could have been that.
They were on that show.
Right. It could have been that. But he said some real nasty, rude stuff to Claudia. And he was suspended for like a week or a couple of days. Yes, he was.
Oh, my God.
Yes, he was.
Let me ask you a question. He called Chloe that she was overweight and ugly.
Yes, the nerve of him.
Let me ask you, have he looked at himself yet?
That's what I said. He got a nerve talk about somebody ugly. He's fugly.
A beautiful girl. Both of them are beautiful. And he is one ugly. Let me just be quiet. Okay.
Even if they wasn't in his, even to some people, they might not be the most beautiful girls. But let me tell you something. Guess what? They're not fugly. And he is gross.
I'm looking at
He looked like a growth under somebody's A.
Okay,
I'm waiting for my I'm waiting for my re-up man. He ain't here yet. Got me worked up.
Her peace pipe, y'all.
I need my peace pipe.
It's illegal.
Absolutely, we in mass, baby.
Nice.
Succeed. I just don't understand because these are some beautiful young women, and you don't do that to young women, especially when they're in this type of industry, because that would make them shut down. That would make them feel like something is wrong with them. They're not pretty enough. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're beautiful.
That's what I went through. Yes.
Everything.
That's what he wants because he hates women.
These girls.
The problem is when he see beautiful women like this, young women or beautiful women, he got to tear them down because they're too, there's nothing wrong with them. So I got to find something wrong with them. I got to make them think they're ugly or something. Ooh.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of challenges for these young girls out here, especially in the industry, trying to be perfect, trying to, look perfect, trying to this, that. And you got people like that really make you feel like you're not good enough. No matter what I looked in the mirror a million times. People used to tell me I was pretty. Look at that long, beautiful hair. I did not feel it. I didn't care how many people told me I was pretty. I did not feel it. So imagine those type of people who the microscope is on all the time.
Right. And I'm just complex about this food. Talking about this young lady.
1 second, y'all. I keep forgetting I put myself on mute. Succeed. Can you flip your camera on and off real fast? I just have to make sure someone's not spoofing your icon.
I seen her saying that was me.
That's what I was wondering. This is the first time I saw her.
I was wondering it was me. I'm like, okay.
Claudia gives him a run for his money. I know. Claudia got her life by herself.
Poor thing. Do you know I did not know that was the Al Reynolds that was actually I recently, like a couple months ago, found out that was the Al that was married to Star Jones.
Yes.
I did not know that was him. I remember,
I don't watch them a lot, just here and there when it's something you don't want to know about, but she said, "Hey, I'm
because of him." I used to watch it.
Yeah. 1 second.
I don't know.
Succeeding. Can you flip your camera on real fast? I have to make sure someone's not spoofing your icon. And I won't show you. I'm not gonna put you up with the camera on.
Oh, that's Succeeding trying to come up. Hi, Succeeding.
Okay, I got you, Succeeding. Thank you. Thank you. I'll wait. I'm not gonna put you up till I see your camera go off.
Now, I want you to explain that. How do they do that? They take a snapshot of the person?
Yeah, it's that simple. You can literally use your snipping. Well, I don't want to be describing the how, I guess, but I see you Succeeding. I'm just waiting. I didn't know if you want to keep your camera. Okay, I see. I'm putting you up now.
That's scary. That's really scary.
They just take the image, and because you can choose any image you want to when you come up on StreamYard. So you just take the image that you took from somebody else you saw in the chat, and then that's your avatar. So it looks like it's that person. And then unless we're doing our due diligence, now they're up there. And it just sucks. I'm so sorry, Pinky, because I feel your pain, Pinky.
Yeah.
Hey, Succeed.
We have a new member trending.
Oh, snappity snap. Hey, Gloria. Thank you for becoming a Trendy Tribe member, Gloria. And Gloria, I'm drawing Nubian TV theme lips tomorrow for Sketchy Saturday. I sketch live. And we just gossip while I sketch, y'all. So hopefully you'll make it. Everything is usually the same time. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Thank you, Gloria. And if you like Judge Mathis or Couples Court, we got a watch along coming up too.
Yes, we got to watch it. Hi, Succeed.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Well, I was washing my hair.
God, dog, ADR.
And where you been?
Washing my hair.
Week.
Oh, I've been late. You know what? now y'all know I told y'all I honestly was only going in a couple of channels anyway.
Yep, you did.
I really only watch the financial stuff because they don't have no mess. It just don't be no mess,
yeah. I mean, well, except the scams.
Well, yeah, but those don't be that type that
Gotcha.
Yeah, no one's
Yeah.
trying to get you to. Yeah, yeah, like that type. That yeah. So
I'm glad to see you up succeeding.
Thank you, succeeding.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I'm so sorry, y'all. I was washing my hair, and I just was like, "Oh my gosh, let me." And I'm deep. It's deep conditioning night, so it takes a while.
Oh, okay.
I know that night. Ooh, Lord, I feel your pain.
You saw how
do you feel succeeding too? Because I know you told me that.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel better. Look, I was organizing my closet, and some stuff came tumbling down on me.
Oh, wow.
Hear that?
Yep.
Hey, PN2 Raw.
Didn't hurt you.
She had
PN2 Raw.
dissolvable stitches, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
For the side. Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, where my boo at? I haven't seen her in the streets nowhere.
I know I haven't even got to talk about Atlanta with nobody.
Oh. Go ahead. What you got for Atlanta succeeding?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the Kenya interview? That's what I want to know.
I did see the Kenya interview.
Sorry, trending, but go ahead, succeed.
I did see that. You know what? So I said, you know what? I told someone, I forgot to tell you, Trendy. Okay, so, I like people that take accountability. And Trending and we're people that pride ourselves on saying, you know what? We were wrong.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Trending, I said this to someone, I was gospeling about you.
Okay.
And gospel, my definition is to tell one what I said that I said about them. So I only gospel. So
okay.
I could tell you I was talking about you. I said, I got to tell Trendy, okay, Kenya made me like her a little more.
I'll take that. I'll take it. Oh my gosh. I know that don't mean you just all the way over here, but I'll take it.
Okay.
No team twirl succeeding.
Team twirl for me though. And that's okay. She's what's not twirling, not quite twirling.
I'm cartwheel.
Twist a little bit.
No, we're not gonna use cartwheels.
Okay.
You know what? We're not using cartwheels.
Twist. She's team twist. She's
okay.
She's right in the middle.
You know what? Okay, I'm moonwalking, twerking, and doing the old school Cabbage Patch. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm at a 30.
Okay, talking out loud.
There's the part of me
funny.
that's kind of like, okay, am I listening to Nene? Because I'm sorry, some of these things I'm hearing, you sound like if I didn't have the voice, I would think I was listening to Nene. Okay, so that's the shade part.
Okay.
Then the other part that was kind of like, it made me think that she had talked to Bethany.
Bethany. Who's Bethany? Oh, the New Jersey.
Bethany.
I kind of had that vibe because, see, when you're talking to someone, as all of us in corporate know, you have to document it.
Yeah.
So part of that documentation is that 100,000 people saw me say that XYZ.
Oh yes, yes. You went on record.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's just my, I'm very, I tell everyone I analyze a cup of water. So that's what I was thinking.
No, I felt the same succeeding. She was like, let's get these things on the record. List.
Yes.
Well rehearsed.
Yeah, I give you that.
I got all my points. That's why they had to break it down. So that they could get them all.
I agree.
And so so I did have some, she did make me kind of okay. So then this is the other part. So I know everyone's going hard on her mom. That is horrible that happened to her. But I guess my part that I'm thinking about is you showed up with a camera crew. How much were you trying to resolve with a camera crew?
With that specific moment, I don't know. But I do feel like in those private moments, that's where I look at the mom.
Yes, the private
moment. Right. I didn't expect her to open the door. Just like when Ashley went to confront her dad. He was not opening that door with him.
Yeah, don't play with me.
So when I think of that, and that is the time that people got mad at her Aunt Lori. Aunt Lori knows that her mom obviously has some type of issue.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, I know she doesn't feel that they should protect mom, but how much can you hold someone accountable that has that type of issue?
And that's her sibling too, especially if, before Kenya was born, of course, if they're siblings, Aunt Lori probably been protecting her, looking after her.
Right.
So, prior, you know what I'm saying? So kind
And
of like when it's with siblings, kind of like what LaDawn was saying about her aunt and uncle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that any sibling, like if you know that you have a sibling that's sick, let's say they have sickle cell, let's say when you watch people that have siblings that have some type of, whether it's autism, they really work hard to protect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw. Now everyone else saw, oh, how dare her aunt say that? The camera's cut. We know the camera's cut, so they're not going to show everything that her aunt said.
That's so
Her
true.
aunt told her not to go. Her dad told her not to go. They both knew the outcome of that. And to take a camera crew could take someone like that in a whole nother place.
Yeah.
She needed a
I took it as
storyline.
her aunt being mad on both her sister's behalf and her niece Kenya's behalf because she didn't want to see her niece re-hurt herself.
Correct.
And she already knew how her sister could be affected. I think she really was just.
And she told her that too.
Yeah.
She shared that with her,
Yeah.
But you know what? That's kind of what turned me with Kenya anyway. Because even though I understand that she was trying to get her mother's attention, you're forcing it. Like that reminds me of how some women try to force men to be fathers.
Yeah.
You can't force that on your child because at the end of the day, you're going to hurt the child or you in the process of trying to force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. So and now that I hear all the ways she tried before that, I'm like, you already knew what was
correct.
About to happen.
To me, that was all storyline. That's what I don't like about this. You played on the emotions of people for a storyline because doing the same thing over and over, and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity.
Look, I'm over here still feeling bad for her. I'm repicturing that moment. Look, I'm still over here, y'all.
And I
feel bad for her, but she set herself up for that.
Thank you, Live Laugh.
I will say I feel bad for her, but I feel like she set herself up for that because your mom is, and see the problem with that is, and that's where I live a lot and people totally don't agree with it, is there's something wrong with her mom. We know this because there has to be, because ain't no way nobody taking my kids nowhere and I ain't gonna have nothing to do with them at no point. No, it's just say it's not gonna happen. Because my daughter now, my kids now be like, sometimes they be like, you just called me. Okay, I was calling back. Now what? You better answer.
Hey, Hannah Grace.
Hey, Miss Hannah. So it's like there has to be something wrong with her because most women, even those that don't have children, tend to be a little caring towards others. Tend to be, not always. And that's why I say it has to be something wrong with her to do what she has done for so long. Because even those mothers that we consider not to be good mothers have their what looks like they care moments, but it's just they really trying to, whatever the case may be, but we see something, because it's always, I want my child, but you ain't take care of him right. And there has to be something where I, as a mother from day one, I don't get it, because
her mother said she never had a child. So even those statements to argue, I never had a child, I never had a child, tells you that there's something wrong. In my opinion, she took the camera crew there to put her mother on blast. Not in order to have any type of talking moment, because she knew what the result was going to be. She wanted her mother to be embarrassed.
Exactly. That part. Part. I think she wanted her, and honestly, I can say this part because as somebody whose parents weren't always present, I think she wanted her to feel what she felt. And I could say that because at times I felt that way with my parents when they try to reach out and I'm like, I don't feel like being bothered. And you did what you did, I do what I do. So it's just that sometimes that's a natural feeling, but sometimes you have to fight that natural feeling too. Because just because it's a natural feeling doesn't mean like it's right.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was payback for her. I think.
But my thing, Shan, is too though, and yours in like our situation and Kenya's is too different because our parents was on drugs. Her mother is mentally, well, allegedly
Yes.
is
Illness.
mentally ill. That's two totally different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to blast a crackhead mama and run in the crack house with the cameras and put her on blast, okay.
Right.
But when somebody is mentally ill, they are not
That's
in
abuse.
their
That's
mind.
abuse when you're
You
doing
exploit
that to someone. Yeah,
she
that's
exploited
abuse.
her mother for a storyline because she
story.
had nothing.
Because remember, that's when she first got there, and like she said, you know, they weren't paying her initially, and they were just kind of trying to do their thing. And you know, and how she said people always came for her. It's funny because that's the same thing she did to Nene when she first got there.
Exactly.
But
and that's what Courtney just did to Candy. She came for her. You know what I'm saying?
I still can't figure Courtney out. I don't know what Courtney was doing.
That's the way I think that's the way it generally is with these housewife shows. And even with Married to Medicine, everybody came from Mariah. Remember, they just
my
come
God.
from Mariah.
They come from the biggest fish.
Mariah.
But they told them, I think the producers do tell them to do that.
Can I ask this and succeeding? It's really for you, but it's for everybody. But I want to make sure you do. Did you notice when Kenya said to Carlos, yes, they were, it's about Marlo. She said, it's a shame when they show favoritism on how they edit and keep certain things out. I said, Carlos, are you listening?
No,
Carlos does not. And that's
that went right over his head. Sorry.
He didn't care what she said.
This is not for Carlos. It's not a message to Carlos. I am on the record by saying, I stated in an interview, it is documented that I have said this.
I know it wasn't for him. I'm just saying it's so funny how it applies to him. Because she loves her some Carlos. So I know she wasn't talking about Carlos.
I don't think Carlos, you know, when he says he doesn't care what anybody thinks, him and Dr. Heavenly to me are the same person in some ways.
I can see that.
Gigi, elaborate, please, Gigi. What part don't you agree with? Because I want to know.
In succeeding, I want to piggyback. Succeeding, I want to say also with the legal tactics. I also think you're right about her probably talking to Bethany or and whomever else, because that was something to me, maybe like a little warning to Bravo or a big warning to Bravo, because she already stated that her scenes had been cut. She don't know if she's coming back next season.
Right. And right, exactly. And think about this. If Bravo lets her go, they put a spotlight on themselves.
Exactly.
I think that was I kind of agree with y'all too, because I think the whole interview was kind of a like that was her warning shot. Like,
yes,
you let me know, you know, I know where the bones is buried.
Right.
She's putting it on record.
And you know what? And I do think, you know, it is sad. And she felt like Candy. Now she is kind of feeling kind of sideways about Candy. It's kind of like, I like you, but I'm looking. You know how Kenya. Okay, I'm gonna be shady now. I love the way she wear her little eyeshadow, you know. But you know, she never changes.
She has the prettiest smile when she does
wears it exactly the same. That little slant. So you know how she be doing the little side look.
Yeah.
She's looking at Candy like that now. Because she's saying, okay, now your show is less than favorable. I'll use that word to describe it.
Okay.
Your show is less than favorable. It's nothing positive. It had low ratings. And they give you opportunity after opportunity of nothing that ever goes absolutely anywhere. So it's not like they could say, oh, well, we did great with this. And you're tap dancing. They said your show was canceled, and now suddenly I pitched an opportunity. And my show is not, they tell me, no, mine is boring. My classy show. And you know how Kenya is about class.
Yeah.
You're trashy.
Trashy.
Yes, I'll use it that way.
Trashy.
And
that's how Kenya would say it.
And you have an opportunity. And then, Candy, you want to say that you're a team player? Did you say you're a team player? She actually said this on Sunday, I am a team player. And I said, you who? What pronoun is she referring to?
Oh, no.
Because I know she's not referring to herself.
It's hard out here in these streets today. Oh, my God.
Sorry,
fired.
And then she has a huge home with 2 parts, with a whole other side, with a scene.
I see you, Jazzy.
They're just showing a bed. They're not showing the dresser, the chest, the jacuzzi, nothing else, not the closets. And yet you
succeeded. Did you notice in that scene with Brooklyn, they didn't even show the whole room. They just showed right there on them.
Right.
Wow.
And I was wondering what that was all about, because we know why they shoot the Marceau and Tisha scenes like that, because the room ain't clean. But I wonder what was going on.
But with Candy, why did you have to have them in your bed? Your bed could have been, you could have brought a bed in, had it in your driveway, had it draped around it, and no one would have ever known the difference.
Okay, you got to fill me in, because I haven't been catching up on the actual episode.
So having Drew to film that scene for her movie in her own bed, in her own bed.
House.
That's weird.
That's kind of
weird.
That's weird.
Weird.
They didn't have anywhere in the dungeon. They didn't have nowhere in the dungeon.
You have a whole nother house, but you could
Right, they got another house too, right behind that one.
Right, you could have brought a prop.
Hold up, Succeeding. She owned the whole cul-de-sac though, right?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. She could have used the other portion of that and just had a bed.
Oh God.
So that kind of creeps. And then she was kind of looking at Todd, if you notice. Todd is very excited about Drew. He says she's a real actress. Not suddenly Candy has a problem with her. Why is it every time somebody does a movie, that's what she did with Portia. Why does she suddenly have a problem with anyone that suddenly Todd says, they're professional.
Hold on. No, because Drew is doing a lot outside of that. Drew got her own thing she can actually be upset with Drew about. I don't know.
But I'm talking about the way she was looking at her, and she said Todd probably would wanna. She made some comment.
Oh God!
Bring her to the dungeon.
Yeah, she made some kind of comment there.
That's why I think she did it to warm her up.
Don't do that. Hey, we will not have that. We will not have that.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Wait.
Not have it.
Yeah, y'all.
You're not laying in my bed. I do like Candy though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Candy, but she ain't no team player. Let's keep it real.
No. It started from the fruit of a poison tree. I'm not doing it with Portia. No. I can't do it. No. Y'all know I'll be like, I'm gonna sit over here in my corner while y'all go ahead and have yours.
It's bedroom Candy.
So this is the other thing that bothered me.
Sensual bedroom Candy.
Right.
Girl.
So don't y'all
you know
find
what?
that weird?
Trendy. I got a question for you, Trendy. You do not find it weird that they decided to do the sex scene from their movie in their bedroom when they had all those?
No, that's a separate question. I find weird. Yes, I do. I find that weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she was talking to me.
Heads and tails of that. I don't know.
So then I have some other questions that inquiring minds were thinking about, y'all.
God.
Why
I need to get
is
my
it?
notepad out, child.
Okay, yeah, please do, because I want you to ask some of these questions when you. I want to know where Sheree's mother was.
Okay.
Why wasn't she at the sip and see?
Oh my
Everybody
God.
been asking that question.
Where was
sister?
her? Okay, so then I looked at her sister. They showed her sister. Why wasn't her sister in the picture?
Because
Remember, she pulled Martell in the picture because she thought that was Bob's girlfriend.
Oh, that's the second part I'm gonna go to. But I'm saying her sister, her own.
The lies. The lies.
So why wasn't her sister in the picture? And then did you all see her sister?
It was only going to be the parents and the children.
Wow.
Until she thought,
Right. But once she pulled him in, she might as well have pulled her sister
No,
in.
that wasn't even playing field, ma'am. She was trying to make sure that she was represented.
Well, she was
That's stupid. That's stupid.
My man.
Live, laugh, love. You mean to tell me you believe now? You live, laugh, love, my darling, and I watch all your stuff, ma'am. You mean to tell me you believe that Sheree didn't know about that baby?
Okay, we have to think with the pea brain. We have to think with the bird brain, not with our regular brains, guys.
No, we're gonna get to that. And I'm gonna tell you why she says she know, because I have a note here.
Her kids knew. Oh my God, she
said her name. So when
this is my thing though.
Sheree's a liar.
She said her name when she went over to the girl.
I just want to say one thing, succeeding. Just one thing. Like, if this was my daughter, right? She walk in the house. She just found out her daddy got a kid before her, before me, all that. You know, the first thing my daughter, when she hit that door, before she even get in the threshold, good, is gonna say, "Mommy, did you know he had another kid?"
Oh, definitely.
That out here. Out here.
Kids are gonna
do that.
Now, y'all know a lot of these kids be keeping their father's secrets. Now, I don't know if it was true or not, but we can't think like that. You got to think from other people. Don't
I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna
right.
think
from other people.
But Sheree had no reaction to nothing that was going on.
Correct. But I'm gonna give you the proof that she knew. You know what she said to the ladies that said she knew? Bob introduced me to Candace. How you know her name is Candace?
Yeah.
Right.
Sheree,
but it could be edited. It could be editing. But however,
she probably introduced her.
Martell took over.
So we know Sheree's not above lying and setting up a scene. You know, so going off of her track record.
But you should have saw the faces of her children. That baby's mama and her son. Sheree didn't care about nobody but what she wanted and what looks good for her.
That's all she cared about.
Because can I say something about that picture? First of all, this picture was supposed to be a family picture, right?
Yeah.
For memories, for your grandchild to look back at. You know that you and Hotel are in an arrangement.
Right.
Why would you pull him in that picture? You willing to go that far with that lie?
Do you know why?
She was willing to go that far with setting up Tyrone with that scene, knowing that man told her he was not going to be the. I don't put nothing past Sheree.
But do you know why she did it with Bob? Because she's still checking for Bob.
She want to one-up Bob. She really want Bob to. She really want to. She felt like she lost the Bob, so she's forever trying to win against him. She's in competition with him.
Yep, because she saw him do it with someone, and she said, "Oh, so I grabbed Martell." To her, that was it was not thought out. It wasn't thought about. No. Oh, this is going to be on a magazine. It was about I have to one up Bob.
Yes, and that's what I was saying. That we can't think. Sheree got a bird brain.
But this man is going to be in that child's picture, in that father, in that.
Yes.
You see how that girl is looking over all day.
Just look at him.
He matches. Why he matched them if she ain't plan on having him in there? Because that's what Demeter Joe said, and I agree. Why he matching?
She knew what she was doing.
I think this man is going to be in lockup one day, and she going to have this this food, this woman is just making me sick. I'm
I agree, Miss Pinky.
It makes me want to throw up. I'm getting sick just thinking about
Well,
this.
she got experience, so she'll write them. She'll put some money on this book.
Well, she know how to go.
She do have experience.
She do time with a dude real good.
Yeah, she'll take care of him. And this is the other thing. Why does she do that same walk every time she comes in? That's the same walk she did for that divorce party. It's like, Sheree, isn't this for the baby?
Right.
And she came walking in there, sashaying in there.
But she should have took that money and put it in a trust fund for that baby.
In there. She should have been standing to the side and let the son
parents been in the middle.
Parents pushed that baby through. It was all about her. Stank butt. I hate to say that.
I agree.
And this picture looks dysfunctional. Everybody's eyes is different ways.
Yeah. What is Bob looking at?
Oh, the camera person
cross-eyed.
to take these photos should be fired.
No, wait, the baby mama looking at Martell like, who is he?
Like, what?
They should have thought they put out and tripped this behind down. That's what they should have did. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
So who's the girl?
Still on his shirt.
Who sponsored that suit?
Wait a minute. Who is this girl right here with the flower dress next
That's
to the
her
baby?
daughter. Her oldest daughter.
That's Sheree's daughter, Tiara.
You see how her face
No, I thought Sheree's daughter was the one next to Sheree.
That's
Sheree
her
has
too.
two
That's
daughters.
the one she hid.
Oh, she got two daughters?
You know the one I talked about?
Sheree don't tell nobody about her kids.
Oh, yeah, she did. You remember, she had her hidden. She was on the scene with Dwight when Dwight was planning her fashion show. She
with
was
no
sitting
clothing.
right there. She never introduced us to her daughter or her mother. You heard me say that in that panel, how she never introduced us.
She don't introduce nobody.
And then she introduced her to us, because remember, the daughter had graduated from college. She had got a job, and she was trying to help the fiance pick out this $10,000, $20,000 ring that she knew he was working at a exterminating place, and she knew he couldn't afford to buy that ring.
Right.
He is just lost in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sheree's daughter.
Yeah, that's her oldest daughter.
I didn't know that. I didn't know she had another
the
daughter.
one that she's hugged up next to is her oldest daughter?
Yeah. Go back.
No, the one next to it, with the flower dress.
Yeah. Y'all don't find it strange? Sheree
her
been on the show all this time and nobody know her kids.
Oh yeah, well I know them because, like I said, Tiara has been in the show,
right?
You know,
but
because
she never
did
introduced them or talk about them.
That was no, she didn't, because she was embarrassed. Because see, people always thinking about they know all this stuff about Sheree, and Sheree has never talked about being a teen mother or roasting for a living. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay, so I have another question for y'all. Why was Sonya, since she just met Bob one time, why was she so interested in his situation?
Well, she may know Bob from the NFL. Her husband played in the NFL, so they may.
Now they different time. You know that man, 50 years older than him. She was very clear. She said, "I met Bob one other time."
I thought Sonya was in training to be the next bone carrier, so that's what I.
She's act like
I can see that. I can see that.
She messy.
She real messy. Her and Courtney is real messy.
But Sonya has been going around this season being messy anyway. Like she been in everybody's stuff. Like she ain't nobody friend this season, and that's why I understand why she's so Marlo. She just been all over the place this season. She's talking about everybody. She's saying, you know, she's trying to keep her. She windmilling for that job because they know that something about to happen. Because this ratings.
She the new Tiffany. Like, she the new Tiffany and the new Cynthia.
Yeah. Well, she ain't the new Cynthia. She's trying to be the new Cynthia.
And I have a couple more questions that I want y'all to get to tell me.
Okay, before you ask, y'all, I gotta wrap up because as we know, Take Care of Home. 41 Fit already left to go take care of home on her end. So I got about 10 minutes before I gotta take care of home.
My question's gonna be quick.
I'm gonna get ready to go because I got to go anyway. I needed to go by 8, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. But I'm so glad
you're dropping your link in there.
You have 6 minutes to answer my question, Pinky.
Okay, I'll say and answer your question. You know I will.
Okay, so I want to know, and if y'all have to get back to me, y'all can. I want to know when Sheree said, now listen to this, her exact words was, "It's Bob's first grandchild, and I am so glad."
She did say that.
Bob's first grandchild.
Okay, if y'all got to get back to me about what y'all think
So
of that.
maybe Tiara has a kid.
I was about to tell you right now. Maybe her older daughter has a grandchild.
No, because remember, she's still checking for Bob.
Right. She's still, so she's thinking that
Bob.
baby is going to bring her and Bob.
I am so glad.
In the same plant where they have to do things together.
I
because
am
they grandbaby.
so glad. It's Bob's first grandbaby. Exact words, grandbaby. And I am so glad.
She did say that.
Maybe her kids finally get to be the first or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, well, her kids are going to be, yeah, definitely, yeah. And
right.
So,
out of all the kids he got, she gave him one of her offsprings, gave him a grandchild first.
And you see how she looks at Bob. She
right.
She keeps calling him by his whole name. Bob Whitfield.
She just want to stay in some money. That's all.
Bob Whitfield. Bob Whitfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, okay, my other question is, okay, we saw her sister. Her sister is not a beautiful woman. I don't know why I would love to see her sister in scenes with her.
Yeah.
As much as she talks about Drew and she's talked about Nene, her sister is not a petite person. Her mother is not a petite woman. You all stop that shade.
No, I get where she's going. I'm sick of people talking about people and they got no room.
Give me a
her daughter is not a petite.
Yeah, but Sheree talks about everybody else.
Correct.
But her own family.
Your daughter is not Tiara is not petite. So how y'all are shady. See y'all. So how? Okay, I'm not gonna even finish my question, y'all. A shady. Okay, y'all see what I'm asking y'all, right?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even laughing at that. Trini know what I was laughing at. I wasn't laughing at that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was not you succeed. It's so silly.
Why you put it back up there?
I know what you're laughing at, Shan.
Succeed don't want us to be shady. We got to not be shady.
Okay, so and then why is she always pulling on her dress? Is that a nervous energy? Is she always pulling on that side?
I think it's a nervous thing because her dress don't never be riding up like that.
No, she does it at the reunions.
She shouldn't. She always be pulling.
Yeah, just pull it.
Unless one breast is higher than the other.
Ooh,
could be.
I think it's a nervous thing. I do like how Latrice plays with her hair.
Oh yeah, she does. Okay, I think y'all have answered all my questions I had.
Okay.
Now you're up to something, Cecile.
And my last question I forgot was about Sheree's reaction to Drew and the Anthony situation. And why does she never have any respect for her cast members?
She don't react. She didn't react normal during this whole baby celebration thing. She didn't act normal. It was almost like she was out of body.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like an out of body experience.
But I will say one thing though. I will take up for Sheree on this end. Drew lies. Drew lies a lot.
She does.
They both do. They both do.
And then they were talking about the situation, but I kind of tuned out. But for whatever happened, it was like Drew wasn't telling the story right. So
which with the Anthony thing?
Yeah, the Anthony thing.
Now which part?
So from what Anthony said, it was like a back and forth thing between him and Drew. But Drew made it seem like
says.
I don't believe anything Drew say.
And this is why.
Right. So it's like two liars.
It's like two liars saying something. Who you believe? Nobody. So
right. Because
Drew said he assaulted her.
Situation.
Well, she if the police had to be called, then it's documented. But with Anthony, the reason I don't believe anything he said, because we heard him say out of his own mouth that Sheree owed him money. And Sheree said out of her own mouth he never worked for her. And she said like she didn't even really know him well. But now Martell is introducing you and hanging out at the
party.
Right. But then too, do y'all remember somebody asked, was it 1 or 2 shoes? And he said it was 2.
Right.
So come on now. You threw and come on. Like it seemed like it was more of a thing. I think they was having words.
Shady like that.
Yeah, he a mess. He may have even started it, I think, because he a
Did you
mess.
see how he walked around in the place
Right.
when he got in there?
Right.
He running around like he was lost.
Because don't you remember when he first met Candy? You know, he's just extra. He's looking for a moment. Because if you remember, he's the same guy that started the mess on Basketball Wives that started that mess that whole season.
Right. He's messy, very messy.
And it was all a lie.
Right.
It was,
but I think since he got that little moment in on the camera, he's trying to make sure he go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Do something outrageous so he can be seen and known and talked about.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be seen. Because don't you remember when Candy walked in? You don't even know her.
You don't even know her.
No, it was a lot. It turned me off instantly.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure was he falling around because he was just right. Oh gosh, he was. It's like, man, can you walk straight?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the only questions I have for y'all. And when I think about that, and I hear straight no chaser, and I'm just like, wow.
I didn't listen.
That's
to that
kind of
one.
why I believe. That's kind of why I believe him, because she doesn't pay people. Drew, she don't pay people either. Apparently,
we've heard that with one person, though, right?
Yeah,
right. You know, Sheree don't pay nobody.
Yeah, we just heard that with one.
We only heard that with one with her, but that Sheree don't pay
nobody. She don't care who you are.
Because remember, Drew supposedly, so the lady said, had this big staff of all these people, and none of them ever said that she didn't pay them.
Right.
But Drew, she came there to be a chef and ended up a nanny, so that kind of caught me off guard in the first place.
I thought I heard something like that. I thought I heard
she
wrong.
But
now I'm like,
what her role was. Can nobody make
you can't come here to cook my food and then I say, hey, you want to be my nanny instead?
Right.
No.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Right. But it sounded like they had a discussion about it because she said how much she said she was going to charge her for it. And then when they came up with the price, when she said what the price was, her price didn't her story don't even all make sense.
Nope.
Drew can't tell a straight story.
I don't mean Drew. I mean even that other the chef.
Gotcha.
The chef nanny. Even her story. It was like I went to be this, and then when she gave the amount, I remember.
I need to find that file complaint so we can go through her complaint against Drew.
What's his name? He was trying to figure out what that added up to, and it was like he was like that wasn't no money if you have multiple children. DJ Richie was like, no, that's not adding up. That don't make sense.
Oh wow.
B&2 Ross said Sheree trying to keep her Spanx in place.
Yeah, she is.
So who do you
she has
think
nothing
is
to fall back on.
That got to go.
Yep. So that was yeah.
Okay,
so,
Pinky, thank you.
Thank
you guys, and y'all have a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, love you guys. Bye bye.
Love you.
I'll see you over
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, Trending, you about to get out of here?
Thank y'all.
Thank
y'all for answering all my questions.
We miss you and your questions.
Yeah.
And then Shan, next time I want you to tell me why that girl had on baby blue.
Oh my God.
They didn't put her up on the color scheme.
You think Kenya brought her there and didn't tell her what color?
I can see Kenya being messy like that.
But that's her friend. Remember, they're trying to bring, because remember, Candy knows her too, because Candy said her name, because I looked her up, Akilah Coleman, AC.
Oh, is that the one is this the friend that's been there for a couple episodes this season?
Akilah, yeah.
Akilah, yeah.
Okay. I remember her now.
Yeah. And so, so I thought that was kind of, like, why didn't she? Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe some people just like to wear a different color.
You think she knew and just chose a different?
Hey, we had a church banquet and the color scheme was like silver or like, those types of tones.
Yeah.
And I know a good friend of mine, I was surprised at her. She's a mature age woman. She showed up in a red dress. Yes, she did.
Oh, wow.
And she told me she always does that. Did the friend
show up in a red dress?
Sheree, yeah, I was wondering. I wasn't going to say nothing, y'all. I had that on my list. I wasn't going to say nothing about why her dress was red.
That Akilah's dress was red?
No, Sheree's dress.
Oh, Sheree's dress. Oh, okay.
It wasn't even fuchsia, but I wasn't gonna say nothing to y'all.
Sheree thinks she's the lady of the hour for
and
sure.
Then Shan, I want you to tell me why Bob's oldest son wasn't there, the one that's 2 years younger than Sheree's son, when we talk again too on the show.
He has another child that wasn't there.
About Bob. Yes.
He had 2 kids that weren't there.
Yeah, yeah, 2 kids exactly. Cairo and the daughter, Latrice or Lanisa.
Yes, but
it's
Cairo's Cairo. I forgot his other son. It's something with a K, but I forgot his name. It's not Cairo.
Not Cairo.
I'm sorry, Cody.
Son. Cody.
Yes, Cody with a K. Yes.
They're 2 years apart.
Those people don't have time to be playing with them.
Y'all. They 2 years apart, but I'm not saying nothing.
Lord, Succeeding got more questions. She just actually gracefully stopped asking questions. I feel like you got more questions. That was like 4 more in the chamber.
I'm just
locked and loaded.
Yep.
And you see, Live, Laugh, Love. She got that notebook open, so she know, and she
just like paper rattling.
Yep, I hear
paper. Live, Laugh, Love.
I see what's on your pad.
Live, Laugh, Love. Listen, hold on.
I see it.
We always got our paper.
Oh my God. When I was doing my video, I was like, I gotta put some music or something under this because they ain't gonna hear nothing but my paper.
Okay, then next time we talk, y'all, I want y'all to tell me why Martell allegedly didn't pay his publicist too.
I would like the why? The why?
He ain't got it.
Broke.
He ain't got it. He poor.
He ain't got it.
He ain't got it, sis.
Okay,
he could pay in flirting, like he paid Melnika probably.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory.
So did Coleslaw come back since I've been gone?
Yeah, you got to go look at Drop the Mic's video. I'm gonna go watch it too. She said Chirp Chirp is back or something like that. She said Drop the Mic's video.
I wonder what can she say.
I know. That's why I'm glad I can filter it through Drop the Mic because I don't want to just listen straight to her. I don't.
Because now she cannot say she took nobody with her eyes open when she said he got her trying to bring her down to the projects.
Oh, and it says, "Is this real?" So I wonder if it's about. I don't know if she actually came back out. Is this about Original Straight No Chase's video? But this is the link in case y'all want to see it. But yeah, I'm gonna see what it's about. I'm
okay. Y'all tell me when y'all had the answers to those questions when y'all find out a little bit more. And I want y'all to tell me why Anthony and Martell are friends. Tell me about that friendship and what's really going on with the two of them.
Anthony who?
Anthony, the one that said he worked for Sheree LaDawn and never got paid, and then worked for Drew.
Girl, you know why they friends?
How you doing? Okay. How you doing?
Okay.
Martiana bust down.
Okay, see, I was hoping y'all will tell me. And why Cynthia wear that winter coat, y'all? Then it was pretty though.
She wore it in 1954.
Succeeding up here being
she is locked and loaded.
No, it was really cute. Y'all know I was watching.
Because I actually keep wanting to answer
these. All week, y'all. I done got it all.
Oh man!
I was like, where is this seating? I was clicking in. I'm like, what is this seating?
I talked all week, so I done got it all out. I would just want to know. I got it on my little note section. See, y'all put y'all's on paper. I put mine in my phone so I could search it.
Okay.
And it say, why Cynthia had that winter coat on.
Yeah, we be needing our phone to search stuff, so that's why we can't put it in our phone.
Yeah, I got a second screen, my phone.
I do too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I use it for searching and looking at my messages and stuff.
Yes.
Well, see, I'm not a content creator, you all.
Oh, so you got a little bit more. I got you Succeeding.
So
well, this paper hasn't done me wrong.
Yes, and you can actually mark it out, write some of the notes real quick. Like, it's accessible.
Yeah.
I'm from the typing age. I just
I started leaning towards typing, but then I would need that screen back.
Yeah. Yes.
Or I type it and print it out.
Yeah,
and
that's
if
what
I
I
need to
do.
make
I've
notes
done
on the
that. I
side.
sometimes typed and printed out.
I type
Sometimes.
everything. I type.
But
I spreadsheet. Even
writing
if I'm
it-
going on vacation, I spreadsheet everything as well.
Writing it does help you remember too, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it
Something about the
does.
Like
emotion.
taking notes in
And
school.
see,
Yeah.
I was about to say, I feel like I've been in school forever because for me, it's when I'm typing it. It's like, oh yeah,
It's in my
oh yeah,
memory.
and then like I don't know, but when I'm typing, I'll type a bunch of brainstormy stuff, and it'll be a bunch, and then I have to go back and put it all together. So this one go up here, that one go there, and that's easier on the computer. If you writing, you gonna have to go back and link it all together.
That's different, Shan. I give you that
Yeah.
one. Yes, that's different.
But I may not be around a computer. I may be sitting in a park.
But you
Someone
can
like,
send
I
it
need
to
to write.
yourself to your OneDrive on your phone. Because I
I
send stuff
literally
to my
have
OneDrive.
It's not going to
400
work,
notes
Stevie,
on my
because you
iPhone.
need your phone screen to do other stuff.
Even with your 2 phones
Yes.
and your iPad,
I don't have an iPad. I'm on
tax deductible. Oh, you are one
yeah,
of those
I'm
other
not.
people.
Yeah.
Don't
Yes,
say one
I
of
am.
those other people. I'm one of those other people too.
Oh,
Your sister. Okay.
Hey, your sister.
Now when I said,
we ain't in the I family. I'm sorry.
oh, y'all knew what I meant. Okay, I wanted to
See?
make sure I was clear.
See?
Okay,
You are
I
very
thought
clear.
so.
Yeah, we know how y'all sound.
Y'all people, because the I family be girl.
That's why he.
It'd be on.
Hey,
Hey,
Blessy.
ladies. Blessed night. Hope all is well. Just stop by classes. Oh, I know, Blessy. I've been thinking about you. Can someone tell me Sheree was on some strong juices for her to sleep with her ex?
Okay.
Did she?
Ew.
Ew.
Now,
Come
Blessy,
on,
wait.
LaToya.
Now, Blessy, my mind be working kind of weird because I think Sheree's still checking for Bob. Which ex, Bless Queen B?
Oh, damn. Is it?
I think Sheree is looking for
that man
approval
yep,
from
she talking about
Bob.
Bob has 2 left eyes.
Oh, yep. See, I
He
think she
does.
still like Bob because they got married in 2000 and they ended up divorced. He divorced in 2007. And I think the only reason is because that show, you figure she knew the show was coming out in 2006. That's why Bob made that comment that you dragged it out because I think she dragged it out because she needed the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on Ayana, I haven't watched it since it aired, but
yeah,
that kind of was what he was leading to, even in there, like, her having to still be in the house,
right.
And different things like that. And I think she thought Bob had more money as well. Than she didn't do her homework, and
But Bob did have more money. He had signed all those artists.
He just didn't give it. She just didn't get
Right.
it.
She just didn't get
Bob
it.
knew how to
because
protect.
she wanted the house.
Yeah. Because with Bob, having that, patchworks and signing T.I. and Snoop and, Beyonce and, all of them, she knew Bob. That's why she likes Bob a lot. Because one, she said he was intelligent. And y'all always hear me talk about him going back to school and going to Stanford.
He did.
And his degree is in economics. So Bob is definitely a very, and I think she really does respect that. I think Bob thought she was smart, and I think Bob helped her. She talks a good, she presents like, you know what I mean? And I
did not know Bob actually went back to school, and I'm gonna tell y'all now. I thought he was
2012.
Yeah, Bob went after their divorce. Bob went back because I say that like when I'm on a panel, I'm like, people talk about Bob. I'm like, well, Bob went back to school and finished at Stanford where he had scholarship originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Bob, I looked at his Wikipedia.
So shoot.
But she wanted the house, so I think that's one reason that she didn't get as much money as she thought she was gonna get because it was given in the.
She wasn't gonna ever get no money, y'all, because she only been they got married in 2000 and filing for divorce in 2007. She was never gonna get no. That was just I think her storyline.
No, she really thought that.
She would have had to be married a little bit longer, probably.
But she don't do no research, so she wouldn't have known that.
And with 2 kids, she really thought. She really did. Remember who we were talking about? Listen, she thought.
You said Sheree. Bless you. Are you saying Sheree and Bob never seemed like they was into each other on Ayala?
No, there was no chemistry there either.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but now they didn't seem like it on there. But now she be like, "Hey, Bob Whitfield,"
because she thinks that she is on an even playing field with him now. She thinks, okay, now I got Chateau
I've
Sheree,
arrived.
I got
Right.
She by No Sheree. She think that she's like you said, I've arrived, but
Yeah.
she don't get it. She really don't get it.
Bob don't care.
I really realized that when I watched that Ayana show. That's when I was like, she really does not get it, and that's why she be in the situations that she be in, because she doesn't think. She can't think of. She's not a critical thinker, honey. She need to come over here on the millimeter team, honey.
Yeah,
We
she
can
I
definitely
know,
not.
right? She can't. It's too late. I was saying, just to make sure, because I almost y'all have made me have so much fun. I forgot how this started. So, okay, y'all,
let's take it back.
Take it back. We're going. Okay, so we last statements. Try to give me 60 seconds or less, except for we're ending on LaDawn because it started with LaDawn. So LaDawn, you take the time you need, okay? But everybody else, if you don't mind, last statement, 60 seconds or less, so I can have LaDawn give her last words of wisdom for this particular video. And I'll end our live. I'll see y'all in somebody else live, I'm sure.
I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming.
You're last.
You're last.
I can't. My peoples.
Okay.
I love y'all. I want to thank all y'all for coming and listening to me, and thank you guys who sent me cash apps. I thank you. I love my sisters. Thank you, Trendy, for giving me the platform and making me feel so comfortable. Thank you, Shan, for giving me encouragement and strength. Just thank you, ladies. Succeeding, you're one of a kind, girl.
Yeah.
All right. Love y'all. Good night. Good night. Love.
Good night.
Can I say something to you real quick as you're leaving?
Yes.
LaDawn, this year when I put up my New England Patriot tree, I'm gonna think of you.
You better, girl.
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Be sure on the right team. All right,
well,
now.
I've been a fan since Tony Easton, and that. Okay, just Google that.
That's
don't be saying nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm born and raised here, so I know.
Okay, so I even have like 7 pair of New England Patriot earrings. I have about 13 shirts. I have scarves. I have hats.
Wow.
I have a rug. I have a whole tree. A whole tree.
Wow.
I put up 4.
And here I got a cousin that play for the I think it's the Titans. So we be beefing on when they be playing, like the family be bugging.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
So that's
love
all
y'all.
I wanted to say.
Good evening.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Love you.
I've learned. I'm gonna let you go next. I know what you do, and I gotta make sure I keep my time. So Succeed, you go next.
Oh no, I don't have anything. I asked y'all. Y'all gonna be getting back to me with all those questions that I asked, and some of those that y'all have to go back and think about. I understand. And then last thing, I just want y'all to tell me if those were regular water bottles, because they looked to me like they were regular water bottles, and I want to know why they didn't have the baby pictures on it.
Golly. Okay. Okay. You drop down.
I'm going. Okay, y'all.
Love you,
y'all.
We love all the good
questions.
questions.
Okay. Good night.
Bye. Okay. Who? Either Live, Laugh, Love, or
I can go. Because I don't have much to say. I'll just say this was fun. I just had fun, and I'm glad.
I had fun.
And I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Thank you, Shan. Oh, my Leo sister.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I just want to say thanks to LaDawn. I know she's gone, and I loved her story. And thank you, Trending, for allowing us to come up. That's it, and that's all.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for also making this a safe space for me as well. I appreciate it. It's definitely a two-way street. So I will see y'all again soon. I'll play the music on the way out. Please replay it if you didn't get to hear LaDawn's story, because that's where this is where the live started. That's what it was for. And I thank you. And thank you to my new Trendy Tribe members and the ones that are already Trendy Tribe members. We will have, let me show one more time, because we got Sketchy Saturday tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. and we'll have more art for you. Okay. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Oh my gosh. Blessy, replay it. I missed you, Blessy, but I know you got school, so you might have to just do the audio part if you can. But thank y'all. I'll play music on the way out and see y'all soon. Okay. All right. Bye.
I've been taking my time. I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time. Taking all of your time. I've been taking my time. I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time. Taking all of your time. We've been talking about it for a while. Before we take a chance and do it. Before we look